of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hold on, let me edit and get Rumble back up. My bad. I don't know why it was acting as if Rumble was off. Hold on. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I'm just trying to fix Rumble so that they can come along for the journey. But shout out to everybody in the building. We do edit. We do stream from YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. So if you are in here from Rumble and Twitch, or at least Twitch, shout out to you and shout out to everybody in the building. Happy Tuesday. Sorry about the little delay. Y'all, I hope y'all are doing well. It is Tuesday. We got a show today. Y'all already know what it is. So come on in, get the likes up on the video, subscribe to the channel. Why is it doing that? Like, what is going on? Why is it saying that Rumble is not working? Girl, what is C? Hold on. Oh, wait, let me see. Oh, I see what I was doing. Hold on. I see what I did. I copied the wrong stream key. Oh, the server. Hold on. All right, this should be good now. This should be good. Sorry, y'all. I got to make sure Rumble is on. So y'all give me a second. I'm putting them back on. Just hold on. Just hit me out. But anyways, happy Tuesday. We got a show today. Y'all get in here, get the likes up on the video. Where do we start? First of all, with our morning announcements. The morning announcements goes as follows. You guys, I hope y'all are doing well out there today. It's a beautiful day. It's kind of warming up. It was cold last night. Like, what in the world? It was super cold. And then I got up this morning, I went walking, and it was ice on the ground. So I was like, But so I wasn't able to ground today. However, I was able to get out and get some air and get a walk in. And it was really, really good. Just cold, but just a little bit, it was really good. I hope y'all are doing the same, getting out, grounding, meditating, praying, whatever it is you need to do to go within, because that is where the source is. That is where the Most High lives. He does not live in a church. He don't live in your Bible. He don't live nowhere you thought he lived. He lives inside of you. So please, please, please meditate, ground, and and pray. Also, genealogy, Black Americans, please, please, please do your genealogy. If you don't do anything else, genealogy is a must, okay? Do your genealogy. Anything else? I think that's it for now. But we have a show coming up, y'all, or coming on today, and I want to get into it. So, did y'all hear about Chris Brown? And I just added him to the docket. But he's suing that record company or that entertainment company that put out that documentary saying that he was some sort of predator. Well, apparently Chris Brown is suing them folks because he said they lied. And I knew they lied because they fact checked it literally like right after the documentary came out. That's why y'all got to be careful with these documentaries. Y'all believe that documentaries are true and they're just not. It's just the perspective of the person who's putting it together. But we'll get into that. We'll also discuss race and ethnicity and why clear people are undercover cosplaying in different ethnicities and cultures and nationalities. For instance, Creole. Clear people all over New Orleans and Louisiana is lying to even Black people and telling Black people that they Creole. They not. They clear. Clear people be telling y'all that they Hispanic. Oh, I'm Puerto Rican. Oh, I'm Dominican. They not. They clear. But we're going to discuss why it is they is cosplaying so hard and what's the end goal and why it is more important. Not more important. It's important for you to know who you are, but it's also important for you to be able to spot the fakes. because the fakes is how we've been getting played all of this time. Well, at least one of them. So we'll get into that. L.A. Reid apparently had a lawsuit for sexual assault. And then he just decided at the last minute, oh, I'm going to just settle right before it's time to go to court. L.A. Reid, what did you do? Now, you know he come up under that crew and that 90s crew over there with, what's that boy name? Reverend Run and all of them. Uh-huh. Not Rev Run, the brother. And at this point, it might be Rev too. Mm-hmm. See, we just saw his thick neck behind sitting in that tub every day, typing on that damn, what he used to have typing on that damn BlackBerry like this. We don't know what the hell he was on there doing. At this point, it could be run too. I don't know. But anyways, you know, L.A. Reid come up under them boys. Yeah, under them 90s boys. So we don't know what the hell was going on. It was a time where everything could go. So we'll see what's going on. But whatever they say he did, he obviously did it, because why is you settling right before it's time to go to court? Or is it because you knew some stuff was going to come out you didn't want us to know? Child, we'll get into it. Minnesota is suing ICE. Minnesota's suing ICE. They said that they are out there wreaking havoc. I want Black America to pay attention. One clear woman allegedly got popped, and now all of a sudden ICE got to go. And to the Black people who are supporting this, you will pay. I'll say this. So the ones who are supporting it, knowing that you're misleading your people, you will pay. To the ones who are just slow and stupid, you idiot. You know what I'm saying? One clear woman get popped, and now all of a sudden, oh, this is horrible. Get rid of ICE. Y'all don't even see the play. And I don't even know if that clear woman was even real. You know what I mean? But I see, like I said, on social media daily, these people who look like us, and some of them are us, continuously peddling this stuff to us. I need you guys to be able to spot the fakes, because these people are fakes, and they are some of your family. They are some of your friends. They are some of your co-workers. There are some people you think, nah. They getting paid to come on the internet and wreak this havoc to you. So please be sure you're mindful of that when you're looking at this, and make your own mind, because we don't have nothing to do when no clear woman get popped by ICE, and we damn sure don't have nothing to do with clear people wanting ICE up out of here. That has absolutely nothing to do with us. However, we're going to get into it, because apparently somewhere around the internet, it seemed like some people think that that's our issue. Then we have Jamal Bryant. Some clear man came into Jamal Bryant's church, child. Listen to me and listen to me good. And normally I don't get convictions from a clear man. But I guess this clear pastor came inside of Jamal Bryant's church, baby, and stood in the foyer. Is that what you call it at a church? I don't know, but stood in the hallway and baby basically read everybody in there down for filth. But he didn't do it disrespectfully. He just basically said that Jamal Bryant is leading everybody in here to hell. He said, and all these people that are in here following Jamal Bryant, you're going to go to hell with him. And it was the way he was saying it, in the words he was saying. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. That clear man wasn't wrong. And that clear man ain't told no lie. And there's so many Black people I saw just walking by thinking this clear man is crazy. And I could just think of so many old Bible stories and so many old books. You know, when we were Jehovah's Witness back in the day, we used to have this little yellow book, what it was called, for the little churn. It was a little Sunday school book, what y'all would call Sunday school book, but it gave those stories in the Bible. And I don't remember what story it gave, but I know it recalled a few stories where people came and tried to heed and warn and say, hey, y'all, you shouldn't do this. And then I swear it was just so reminiscent of it. Like, for instance, remember, was it Sodom and Gomorrah? When whoever it was went to Jesus or the Most High and was like, hey, if I could save 10 people, will you spare them? And he said, go find 10. It was like that. Like, we gonna get into it. I'm telling you, and you got to be mindful of the warnings that you hear. And then, listen, this is the craziest part. This is a clear man. Most Negroes will be like, I ain't listening to what the hell that clear man say. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'm guilty of it too. But you know what it made me think of? you got to keep your ears open to everybody, because that clear man was speaking nothing but Jews, facts. And the fact of the matter is, I'm pretty sure Jamal Bryant is okay with going to hell. A lot of these people that do this have already made good with the fact that they going to hell. He don't care. He don't give a damn. He's just going to recycle back and try it again. It's him bringing the souls with him. We going to get into it. And then we got iPad kids. The effect of iPad kids. Get them screens out them babies' face. I'm going to say it again. And I'm not saying take the iPads away permanently, because we know in the world of technology, people have to be abrupt on technology. But I'm going to heed y'all a warning again. We've talked about it on this channel when most of y'all wasn't here, so we're going to roll it back again. Get them iPads out them children's faces. You are literally ruining them inside and out. We'll get into it, but y'all get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. We got a lot to discuss. And let me say this too, because I had we did a live yesterday at the Dollhouse. Make sure y'all go peep it. But we was at the Dollhouse and we talked about this whole Krishan and Junior thing. Let me tell y'all something, bro. That girl is probably doing something to that baby. And then for her to come on, for Krishan to go on the internet and post a still photo of her seemingly at a hospital. You know what it made me think of last night? If that bitch could go that far to act like she went to the hospital, that means she's deliberately doing everything to keep this baby out of the hospital. Does that make sense? Meaning, it kind of reminds me of, I remember when we was younger. I never forget. I got a brother who a year younger than me. He'd probably kill me if he tell y'all, if he know I told y'all this story, but I don't care. I need to use it as an example. I remember my mama used to have problems with my brother taking a bath. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the boys was nasty like that. So whenever nighttime came, my mom be like, all right, y'all go get in the tub. My brother used to hate taking a bath. And one time my mama decided to watch him. And that nigga opened the door and he closed the door and ran the water. And he was splishing and splashing, sitting on side of the tub. Listen, this nigga, my mama bust through the door. My brother was sitting on side of the tub, splishing and splashing to give the illusion that he was in the tub. Now, this was the worst part about that situation. I'll never forget it as a little bitty girl. My mama wasn't even mad that he was doing it. She was more mad that it took more effort for him to splish splash around the side of the tub than to get his funky ass in there. And that within itself was one of the reasons my mama went clean crazy. You feel what I'm saying? And pulverized that little nigga. I'm saying all that to say this. Krishan reminds me of my brother. Bitch, you'd rather go sit in the tub. Listen, instead of getting your nasty ass in the tub, you would rather close the door and splash around this bitch to give us the illusion that you taking a bath. That tells me you want to be a funky hoe. Mm-hmm. And you know, it made me feel like if you could go that far to play like Junior at the hospital, then you absolutely want him in whatever horrible condition that he is in. And that right there bothers me. But we'll discuss it at the Dollhouse at some point, because I ain't gonna lie, it blew me. And this is the worst part. The internet got people so stupid, they just saw the one picture and was like, oh, see, she brought him to the hospital. Let's move on, child. Because, you know, my nerves get bad around stupidity, you know? You know, and somebody said my brother did the same thing. Little boys were nasty growing up. Listen, I remember I used to say I didn't want to have sons because I knew how nasty my brothers was. Them niggas was funky, nasty and dirty. Do you hear me? I remember one time my brother was crying. That nigga face was so dirty, the tears looked like chocolate milk. I remember my brother ribbed that nigga so bad he stopped crying for what he was crying for and was crying because he got ribbed. And my mama was laughing at that nigga too. Yeah, I come from that kind of family. We very dark with our humor. And if you look a mess, everybody gonna laugh at you, nigga. Yes, my mama was laughing. We was laughing. We all was laughing. That nigga tears was like, you bitch. I'll never forget it. And my mama said, that's how nasty and dirty a nigga want to be. For a nigga to go, for a nigga to cry and his tears come out like chocolate milk. Bro, we laughed for years on that shit. Listen, I come from that type of family now. I come from that type of family. My mama is a comedian. You think I'm funny. My mama will have you rolling in this bitch. That's just the cloth that I'm cut from. And I feel like I noticed with Krishan, she trying to play on our top. But I'm on her. We'll discuss it later on. Because, meet me at the dollhouse this evening, y'all. We're going to be discussing Jennifer Williams, her husband. Jennifer Williams. We're going to be discussing her later on this evening. Her husband that lost his lawsuit. And all of the scamming we told that hoe he was doing. And I told y'all I believe Jennifer is in on it. We're going to discuss it later on at the dollhouse. Candy girl, windmilling for her life. That's what they say. She ran there windmilling for her life with the divorce. We're going to have to discuss that this evening. And then Cardi B finally responding to the girl Selena, but saying she don't want no smoke. Meet me at the dollhouse, y'all. After I get off of live, I got to go get my nails done and my feet done because I will be in England, chewing. I wish. I wish I had a little something to go out there and chew on. I ain't even gonna lie. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm lying. I wish I did have a little something to go chew on out there. I swear I did. But I don't. I ain't gonna be chewing. I'm gonna be chewing all right on beans and toast. So I'll be in London this weekend, or whatever the case may be. But I really wish I did have a little something. Yandy wrong for that. She should have threw me out. Yandy should have really threw me out there. Yeah, for real. I ain't lying. Raggedy hoe. Each one teach one. Pay it forward, slut. I wanna find Nigerian too, bitch. She wanna keep them all to herself with her cankles. She get on my nerves, girl. Yandy get on my. I think I'm a Pisces slayer, y'all. Now that I'm thinking about it, y'all, I think that I'm a Pisces slayer. I have beef with all the Pisces in the industry. What is going on? I'm beefing with Krishan, and I'm not beefing with him, but I be going off on him. Krishan, Yandy, who else? Girl, I be going in on the Pisces, huh? What is going on? Oh, I don't know what done happened, girl. I didn't know we was beefing like that. I thought all the Pisces was cool. I don't know. Tina said, LOL, they so weird. You know what? I'm a Pisces, and you're right. You're right. They is weird. Tamar, I goes in on Tamar. Papoose, girl, I be going in on the Pisces. Is Clarissa a Pisces? Oh, Lord, girl. What is going on? I got to go to God and ask him about this because I don't think this is my journey. I don't think this is right. Candy ass, what's your sign? Girl, you better not be no Pisces neither. Candace Dillard Bassett birthday. Oh, she December. We good. She December 14th. What's that, a Capricorn? Good. Let's roll her out. Candace Dillard Bassett. Did I call that lady Candace Dillard Bastard? Well, let's roll with it. Candace Dillard Bastard, who was once on the Real Housewives of Potomac, who was also once a Negro, has decided to come out with a photo shoot looking like a corpse. First and foremost, there's so much going on that I am of confusion. Now, mind you, Candace is like about my color, maybe a little bit brighter. And I get it, lighter hair kind of makes our skin tone a little bit lighter. But Candace is an example of what I tell y'all when I say some women look like the TSs. That's exactly, you know what I mean? This is too much. And I'm not policing nobody, but you can't tell nobody. Girl, wear what you want. I'm just telling you, you look a mess. You look like RuPaul's Drag Race. You do. If she was up there with them, with the drags, with the TSs, I wouldn't know the difference. She already built like a little boy. You see what I'm saying? So, with that being said, y'all get to getting in highly weird and y'all get to going crazy. I don't know if she bleaching. I don't know what the hell going on with Candace Dillard Bastard. But what I can say is, girl, you look so bad. I just want to say that part. And also, let me say this as well. Candace is a cute girl. She's got a cute voice. You know, she's a good for the little go-go. You know, Candace is one of them. You know, she one of them girls, you know, on the mic. But girl, you look so mad. You look a mess. You look a mess. I'm sorry. I mean, I get where you were going with it, but I think the makeup don't have to be so light. And I think as Black girls, we need to embrace the dark skin of our Blackness. You know what I'm saying? You know, at one time in the 60s, the darker the berry was sweet. You know what I'm saying? The girls used to be proud. 60s and the 70s, they used to be proud to have all this dark skin. Now, the clear people got us wanting to lighten up our skin and, you know, and look like the TSs and all of that. We got to stop with all of this. Now, Candace, you just had a baby. And you over there with that clear man who you claim has a brown peen. Do not cause yourself so much confusion where you look like you look a mess. Please, Candace, get off of here. We got to be mindful of this. We have to be mindful of this. Oh, and by the way, Candace's mother is a therapist, a successful one. And just to give y'all a little backstory on generational wealth, Candace's mother has money, according to what we think. And Candace's mother is going to leave her wealth to Candace and her sister. And if I am to know Candace to be the person that I've known her from Real Housewives of Potomac, the wealth is probably going to stop there. Because Candace cares about the now. Candace cares about the look. Candace cares about what we have, what we don't have. And those mindsets are detrimental to passing down generational wealth. Just to add that in for y'all. And I did a video on generational wealth. I guess y'all not really interested, but for those who care, y'all go check it out. I did a video basically talking about generational wealth and breaking generational curses, or how generational curses directly affect your generational wealth. Okay. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out, please. And thank you. Now let's get into some real information. This is random, but I know it's something y'all need to hear. And I know a lot of us have heard it before, but we just gonna roll it out anyway again. Okay. Just for those in the back. And let me say this man is talking about processed foods like Oreos. Now, I don't want somebody to be like, oh, well, I don't eat Oreos, so I'm good. I want us all to understand that everything we're consuming, almost everything we're consuming, is fake. So let's start there first. So we all eating some level of fake food. I believe, remember, I forgot Breland, the girl who was on here asking what she should do for Publix. I had an idea, y'all. I had an idea. Remember the girl Breland who I told make a nigga Publix? I think, and I believe, and I'm pretty sure somewhere in America, Black Americans are doing this already. We need to get back into agriculture, grow our own fruits and vegetables, get our own meat, and we need to use our own products in our own grocery stores. Because if you shop at Walmart, if you shop at Publix, if you shop at Whole Foods, it doesn't matter. You're probably eating fake food. So, with that being said, I believe that Black America should get back into agriculture where we can grow our own food and create our own stores. That way we don't have to worry about product coming in from overseas for this, that, and the third, and for the most part. And we can assure that we're feeding our families and each other actual real food. And also, too, bartering. All y'all in y'all neighborhoods growing vegetables and all of that, make these Facebook pages or whatever, or get to know your neighbors and start bartering. Hey, I got cabbage. Y'all want some cabbage? Oh yeah, we want some cabbage. What y'all got? Well, let me take this. You see what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. Let's get into this man telling us about the Oreos and the type of stuff. Basically, he said we eating plastic glue, or at least the kids are the people who eat them. Let's get into it.
You are literally feeding your kids plastic glue and industrial lubricants. I'm talking about Oreos, that cream in the middle. It's not cream at all. It's rapeseed oil whipped with emulsifiers that act like edible glue, holding the sludge together. And the cookie part strip cocoa and chemical stabilizers enough to start clogging your arteries if you eat them too much. I scanned them with the Reveal It app, and it came back as 82% processed. This is unbelievable. You are literally feeding your kids plastic glue and industrial lubricants. I'm talking about Oreos, that cream in the middle. It's not cream at all. It's rapeseed oil whipped with emulsifiers that act like edible glue holding the sludge together. And the cookie part strip cocoa and chemical stabilizers enough to start clogging your arteries if you eat them too much. I scanned them with the Reveal It app, and it came back as 82% processed. This is unbelievable. You are literally feeding your...
Again, these facts are put in front of us. You know who else was talking about stuff like this at one point in time? Shout out Brother Rizza. Brother Rizza Islam. He's good at this stuff too, man. We got to get back into our own stuff. We got to create our own foods. We got to get back to growing our own foods collectively. And we need to start putting these black grocery stores up. For real, for real. And in these stores, even if it starts off small, with like a small section where the vegetables are fresh and everything else is processed. You know what I'm saying? And then after a while, we go, so on and so forth. But we got to do something. Them people been poisoning us. But I think the poison is going even worse because remember, they're running out of time. And they want to take as many people with them as they can. Be mindful of what we feed our kids. And two, the junk food of today is not the junk food of yesterday. Like, for instance, I used to love taffy. I remember we used to go to the zoo, the Audubon Zoo in New Orleans. And they used to have these taffy things where basically it was how it worked was, it was I'm sorry, y'all, I'm looking for something. It was a stand, like a little cart, and the man would make the taffy right there in front of you with the cart. And the taffy would be hot, warm when you get it. Y'all remember that back in the day, 80s, 90s teas? And I'm a huge candy connoisseur. Like, I love candy. For all of y'all who don't know, I love candy. It's a wonder my teeth is not rotting out my mouth. I overeat candy. So it's a weird thing. But anyways, so I remember eating that taffy. That taffy was way different from any taffy you can find today. Not only taffy, even the Laffy Taffies, the little candies. That shit tastes like plastic. All of it is fake. It's nowhere near. It is not just the flavors. It's the actual consistency of the candy as well. Like, we got to get back to creating organic things for each other and for ourselves. That way we can kind of combat that. Now, this is not going to be something national that happens to everybody, but it starts in the mirror. So I don't know who you are. I don't know. You may be hearing this voice and was like, I don't know. I was thinking about starting a farm, or I was thinking about opening up a grocery store around here, even if it's small. Open it, open it, open it. We need it. We need it bad. They killing us. Help me, nigga. I'm just playing. But no, I'm not playing. Seriously, open it. Seriously. But anyways, let's move on. Y'all, I told y'all for Christmas time in New Orleans, we don't give a damn. Because right after Thanksgiving, our minds go straight into Mardi Gras. Now, Mardi Gras is only a 2-week celebration, 2.5 weeks maybe, that ends on Fat Tuesday, right? However, second line season is embedded in the culture in New Orleans all year round, damn near. You see what I'm saying? And while everybody else is waiting on what's the next holiday, maybe Valentine's Day, we turned up in the city. So the 6 ward steppers, which is a second line crew, every ward have a couple of second line crews, but the 6 ward steppers had their Sixmas, or they call Christmas Merry Sixmas, where it's the annual second line. And let me show you how the city turned out. I forgot about the 6 wall stepper second line because Lord knows I would have been there. I would have flew home for the weekend if I knew. I forgot. But you know what? Everything happened for a reason. Let's get into the 6 wall second line and the 6 wall holiday. Let's get into it. This happens every Sunday in New Orleans. Not all year round, but especially around this time. Every random Sunday, you can find a second line. Roll it out. Well, let me turn the music on.
We do. This is the for a holiday. We want to shout out Nutri Brown and Wednesday for always showing up for the community and for the people. Welcome to Sixmas. You heard me? Bye.
Let me turn. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but as you can see, when I tell you culture, you're not about to find this nowhere. Nowhere on the earth. Not in no other country, not even in another state in America. Like, this is indigenous culture. Now, we believe something different because of the educational system, but this stuff right here, we've been doing this for thousands and thousands of years, mind you. And the six don't play. Wait, I got another one to show y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all this other one. They roll, baby. When I tell you that color was pretty, they looked it pretty, the feathers was pretty. I was so mad. I was like, man, I wish I would have made it down there. Oh, let me show y'all them. Hold on, let me show y'all. They roll, baby, yesterday or whatever day that was. Now, I think that's the queen coming. Y'all see the queen? That's the queen.
We got 10 girls. Roll it out,
That's the king. Now, the king, from what I understand, because I never seen this dude, but they say this is the boy M-Line James. M-Line James have a clothing line, and all of the outfits that the people are wearing inside of this second line club, he made them. He's a designer. His name is M-Line James. The whole city wear his stuff. E-M-L-I-N-E. He designed all of the outfits. He black. He designed all of the outfits. He designed all of this, okay? Just so y'all know. But that's the boy who's the king. But yeah, man, this happen every Sunday, man. If y'all ever in New Orleans, especially between now and Mardi Gras, which is in February, but if y'all ever in New Orleans between now and Mardi Gras, y'all pull up on the Sunday. They actually have on Instagram where you can find out where the second line is going to be. But we do this every Sunday. We do this every Sunday. Ooh, and I know what I want to show y'all. So I told y'all my daddy used to be a spy boy for the Indians, right? Now, a lot of y'all don't know about Indian culture, but Indian culture is our culture. The only reason we don't know that is because most of us haven't done our genealogy. But my daddy used to be a spy boy. A spy boy is the younger person under the king who's supposed to go out to the end of the corner or go out because the kings are coming from different neighborhoods and different eras or different areas. And they're supposed to come in and battle. But they send out their spy boys to see who all coming so they can go back and tell the king what all they need to do for the battle. Now, in this situation, the two spy boys from two separate tribes, because that's what they are, tribes, they meet up. Y'all, peep how dope this interaction is between the two spy boys. And they're going to challenge each other on the outfit, on everything, on where they from, everything. Y'all, peep this out.
I spy, boy. Now you want black ass again. I spy. I'm pretty much fine. I spy, boy. My needles have got my thread at the bullets. That's why you're stepping from me on the bullet. I spy, boy. I spy, boy. Gucci man. Gucci man. Put it on. Put it bomb. I shoot fire. I drop, boy. I drop off like that. My dad wants motherfucking all working. Oh no. I just drop off. I shoot fire. Take a look, fire. Take a look, bro. I shoot fire. Take a look. I shoot fire. Let me see your pants. I shoot fire. You're acting the same size. I shoot fire. You ain't got nothing right now. You sure? Yes, I do. Sure.
See them comparing outfits.
I'm shining. I shine like that. Shine like that. Whoa. Whoa. I got United What's my boy? Pretty spot. Pretty spot. Pretty spot. I got the spot. I spot right though. I got spot. I got the spot. Pretty spot. Open up.
The point is, every tribe has a king and a tribe that rolls with them, and they send out their spy boy. But look, right then, they comparing each other outfits. Now, the one in the black, he's bigger. He's got more feathers. So that means he's bigger. Feathers mean more status and all that stuff for the most part. But the other boy got more detail on his costume. Oh, I don't want to call it a costume. It's not a costume. But the other guy has more detail on his outfit. So that supersedes the amount of feathers. You see what I'm saying? But man, listen, when I get back from London, I'm going to be here 2 weeks. I'm going to be in New Orleans. Oh, yeah. We rose at the beginning of the year from New Orleans. That's right, Ace. Laissez les bon temps rouler, bitch. Let the good times roll. And Merry Sixmas to everybody from the six. I'm so mad I missed it, y'all. I'm so mad because I missed that one. And the night was, don't even get me started. Let's move on into the next little honorable mention before we get into the show. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, please, if you haven't already. And by the way, what else I was about to say? Yeah, if y'all are ever in New Orleans, check out the Second Lines. I promise you'll love it. I promise you will love it. One more video. I forgot. I gotta show y'all this one. This one reminded me of Mardi Gras in Brazil. What they call it, carnival. We used to call it carnival or Mardi Gras carnival. Oh, and let me say this too. Those Indians are not mask. What they call them, Mardi Gras masking. They are not Mardi Gras Indians. That's not what they're called. They're masking Indians, or they just Indians. They're not Mardi Gras Indians. America tried to put Mardi Gras with it to dilute the history. They're not called Mardi Gras Indians. But anyway, look, this the Queen and King coming down, y'all. This the hood. I'm gonna take the music off. When I tell you it was beautiful, y'all, it was beautiful, and you should see the clear people out there. Wow. Oh, this is nice. Oh, Jim, look at it. Just sitting there looking, and you thinking they just enjoying themselves. Girl, they over there taking notes so they could steal. They over there taking notes so they could steal. I hate to see it. I ain't gonna lie. Every time, because it's normally something that is us, just us. You know what I'm saying? And they always there. Girl, just sit. And you know what make me mad with my people? We so loving. Oh, I hate how loving we are. Because look at us. Oh, come on in. Yeah, come on, get a second. And I'm just like, you know, and that has been what they have been able to use against us. The fact that we have a heart and we love. That's what they've been able to use against us, man. And speaking of being able to use stuff against us, let me say this, y'all. Have y'all noticed that people have been getting karma in your lives? I'm not talking about in regular life. I'm talking about in your regular. I'm not talking about in social media. I'm talking about in your real life. Have y'all noticed, or have anybody noticed that people are getting karma? Because I know I have, and it's a mess. Did y'all see that? No, let me back up. Listen, the reason why them people getting karma is because a lot of y'all don't know this, but when we stepped into the new year, even though it's not technically the new year, a shift happened. And also, I don't know if y'all peeped this too. A lot of lies are being exposed. Things that you believed at one point, it's like random. You just like, wait, what? I didn't know that. I swear it's happening like almost daily. Ever since the new year turned over, the shift happened. And what happened, I'm telling you, is the bad is being exposed and the good is going to rise to the top. I promise you. I promise you. And if y'all pay attention, bruh, if y'all pay attention, you gonna see so much. I was just rewatching that Cat Williams interview, bruh. And I swear to God, rewatching that Cat Williams interview, I see a different perspective. He wasn't there just to blast Said and Steve and DL. What he was there to do was blast the system that DL Hughley, Steve Harvey, and Cedric the Entertainer allegedly was using. So according to Cat Williams, he said that those three people, along with Ricky Smiley, would literally go around stealing from people who worked hard. They took on those people's identities. I just rewatched the shit today. What Cat Williams was saying is, to see, sometimes you gotta go back and rewatch some stuff or re-listen to some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, he said they basically destiny swapped, not only with him, but others like him, and became super successful. Yes. And then started gatekeeping down to the ground. Then got up there and was gatekeeping. That I was like, I didn't peep that the first time I watched it, but going through my spiritual awakening and then going to see stuff again, I'm like, oh, so they were destiny swapping, all three of them. And Ricky Smiley. That's why they can't find no work nowhere else. And they were not only destiny swapping, they were back doing hard work in black and other comics, so that they can get to the top. That's why they got all the way up there and had nothing to give. Oh man, that was crazy to me. That was crazy to me. I know. Listen, I believe that. I don't know if it's true, but I've always believed that he's too much of a threat. Remember, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and DL, all three combined, don't have a pinky's worth of talent or funny that Bernie had. That within itself let me know that even if they didn't personally do something, they damn sure had something to do with it. And you know, I'll never forget them raggedy bitches getting on stage at that band funeral. Remember they got on stage talking about, oh, we so sorry. I felt it then. I said, this is not genuine. When they got on that stage at Bernie Mac's funeral, I know Bernie was turning in his mother plucking grave, because I'm not Bernie, and I remember it, and I remember saying, this not genuine. I remember saying it from all three of them niggas. I said, this not genuine. I didn't know why I felt it, but I just knew something in this here milk wasn't clean. I knew it. I couldn't put my hands on why, but I was like, something here ain't right. It's off a little bit. All lies gonna be exposed. Now, I believe what Cat Williams did was open the door. I don't think we even seen it yet. I think 2026, this the year where it's about to go bad. A lot of y'all feds about to go out sad in the mug. I'm telling you now. A lot of y'all feds about to go outside, and y'all about to hear some stuff y'all never would have believed. And I'm telling y'all now, do not get in the way of the universe repairing itself. Do not get in the way of the universe and the Most High repairing itself. For if you do, you will fall with the rest of it. I'm telling you, girl, whenever the Most High and the ancestors and the universe get the exposing, you get out the way. Yeah, you get out the way. You go over there and you just watch. Eat your popcorn, shut up. You know what it remind me of? I remember when we was younger, I had 4 siblings, but I remember whenever my brother would get a whipping, you know how when one of y'all get a whipping, everybody else in the house get quiet? You know what I'm saying? Like one person get whipping, now everybody being good? Yeah, that's what I think we need to be doing. I know when the universe, the ancestors, and the Most High begin to repair this here place that we call Earth, get out the way, bro. Just get out the way. And it's crazy because there's going to be a lot of people you're going to be like, but stay out the way, bro. Move around. Act like them children in the house when your sibling getting their ass whipped. Shh. 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 Better play like you doing homework or something. You feel what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's about to go ham 2026. Ham and turkey 2026. I promise you. Now let's get into Chris Brown. So do y'all recall that documentary? There was a documentary that came out a few years ago. I remember I went and watched it, and it was a documentary about a bunch of women saying that Chris Brown essayed them. But the worst part about it is every single woman in the documentary had already been proven to not essayed or been essayed. So I was of confusion as to why they would post this. I want to say around this time he was announcing his tour, or around the time he was doing a album, whatever it was. They put it out on purpose so it can affect him. Well, it came out that Chris Brown and his team was able to prove that this documentary was made out of lies and it was all basically baseless. Now he's suing them. But this is the worst part, because people believe that documentaries hold truth or all truth. They are going to just take whatever they saw in that documentary at face value, and they're just going to go with that. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Brown has, and I'm not saying he ain't no horrible person. I don't know this man. I don't go to his concerts, and I don't follow him enough to know what the hell he got going on. But what I will say is, for the most part, the boy keeps his head down and he work. I'm not saying the other antics don't be anticing. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, for all of the people we see in the news and in the bullshit, it's not often we see Breezy, recently. For the most part, he been keeping his head down and working. And I think that that's showing y'all that a lot of things that you think is what it is not, because he's working, yet he's still prevailing. Because no matter how many times they put these accusations on the boy, he be beating them. You know what I'm saying? And you can hate him all you want. I keep telling y'all, how you gonna hate a nigga for beating on a bitch who don't hate the nigga who beat on her? It's a genuine question. How you gonna hate a nigga who beat on a bitch when the bitch don't even hate the nigga who beat on her? Y'all, it's crazy. Rihanna been forgave this nigga. What I'm mad for? He ain't popped me across the head. What I'm mad about? The nigga ain't hit me. Why am I so mad at Breezy when she was back with the nigga? Come on, man. Y'all got to stop with all of that. Y'all putting too much undue stress on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get into him filing this lawsuit now. It says a judge ruled that investigation discovery followed proper journalistic standards in its 2024 documentary about domestic violence and sexual abuse allegations involving Chris Brown. It says, let me read the caption. Judge dismisses Chris Brown's $500. Oh, dismiss. I read it wrong. Judge dismisses Chris Brown's $500 million defamation lawsuit over investigation discovery docs. Now, since I read it wrong, I want to come back and say this. He's going to beat this, because this was already proven to be lies. Even though, and let me say this too, a lot of people going to say, oh, well, that's not true. People don't beat systems like this. Gone are those days. Y'all putting too much stock, lock, and barrel into these systems as if they God. These systems are coming down. Now, this is the worst part. The fact that the judge dismissed this when they already proved that the stuff was in the documentary was jacked up, this is definitely coming back. But let's get into it. It says a judge ruled that investigation discovery followed proper journalistic standards in its 2024 documentary about domestic violence and sexual abuse allegations involving Chris Brown. According to Complex, on January 12th, the judge dismissed Brown's $500 million defamation lawsuit against Warner Brothers. It says Discovery and Ample Entertainment, the production company behind the Chris Brown, A History of Violence, the singer filed a lawsuit about a year ago claiming the documentary was filled with lies. Brown's complaint focused on a woman featured in the documentary who claimed Brown raped her in 2020 on a yacht owned by Diddy. Oh, I forgot about that. Brown denies the allegations and argues that the woman's story had inconsistencies. He also claims she left out important text messages when she reported the situation to Miami police. Now, that woman who act like he was raping her, tell me why they pulled up that lady text messages and she was over there harassing him. Chris, can you come and see me? Chris, I love you. Chris, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Chris. And I'm just like, oh, some people asking is Chris. Chris is Indian. Chris is big engine. Big engine. Big engine. Huge engine. What he Pahokee tribe? What tribe he from? Yeah. Chris is big engine. Huge engine. Black American down to the ground. He just light skinned. You ain't got to worry about him. He huge engine. Trust and believe. But yeah, they had already proved that girl was making it seem like he was harassing her when in fact she was harassing him. It says the judge dismissed the case under California anti-SLAPP law, which is meant to protect free speech and stop people from using lawsuits to silence journalists. Well, I'll be damned. Where's this law for Cardi B? Megan Thee Stallion? Where's this law? Because them hoes been using lawsuits to try. Well, I ain't gonna say Cardi. I'm gonna knock you off, Barty, with your little funny looking ass. But definitely Meg. Where is the law for Meg? That hoe been using lawsuits to try to shut everybody up. You know, they say Lady Law or Lady Justice is blind. Now you understand why. It says under the law, Brown needed to show the lawsuit had at least some merit, but the judge ruled he did not. In the court order, Judge Coinlace said he personally watched the entire documentary and believed it presented both sides fairly. He also said the documentary included many of the same inconsistencies Brown pointed out, including the text messages. So the judge watched it and was like, yeah, I see the inconsistencies, but it was still fair. They say he can appeal the decision if he chooses. Where is this? In California? Yeah, it's a rap fact. In California, this is the same place they want children to have free right to transition. Why y'all keep saying he half acorn? Why y'all keep saying he half? Y'all don't understand light-skinned people exist. Where he got white people at in his genealogy? I never seen this. Does he have white people in genealogy? Because both his parents is black. Yeah, both his mom and daddy is black. Where y'all getting that from? Y'all gotta stop. Y'all getting a little obsessive now. Y'all getting a little obsessive. He a nigga. His mama and his daddy black. Both of them. I get it. It's an exclusive club and we want to gatekeep, but we can't kick our own out. You know what I'm saying? In an interview, he said he was biracial, girl. I ain't never heard of that. If anything, what I heard him was say that he's Pamunkey Indian. That's it. We got light-skinned people in the black community with good hair. We have them. They exist and they not all mixed. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's move on. But either way, the point is they screwing that boy over on purpose. And I don't know how it'll work in California because California is a lot. But I'm telling you now, he gonna get his just due because they've been doing him dirty. They've been doing him so dirty, and he's been independently surpassing everybody else around him. But you know what, too? Real talent is going to survive. I asked this question on Educational Friday, and I'm gonna ask y'all. This is a genuine question. I don't know if y'all ever thought about it, but even if you haven't, jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. If today, right now, they came out and told y'all that money has no value. Listen to me, because I need y'all to get ready to type. Because this is very important. I need y'all to get ready to type. If it came out right now today that money has zero value and you had to barter, meaning you had to trade, what would you use? What would be your talent? What do you have to offer to the world that you can use to barter? So for instance, I do hair. So let's say all else fails. I ain't got no money or money don't have no value, but bitch, I do hair. I do braids. So I know for a fact I'ma always eat because somebody in the hood or somebody black gonna need their hair braided. This is my question to you. If money walked away and systems walked away right now, What do you have to offer to barter? Why I'm asking you this, and I'm saying I do hair, but I do many things. But I'm asking you this is because these are the things that you guys are going to have to start to think about moving forward, because there's going to come a time where money don't have the value no more. It's already been showing that they're about to move it toward that. And the numbers that you see in your account are not going to mean what they meant in the past. Okay? Now, we are all, I don't have my acorn candle. I must have brought it upstairs. But we are all acorns. Let me read you guys Black America for those who weren't here when I read it before. Let me show you what an acorn is and why I call us acorns. And I didn't even know why I was doing it then. However, hold on. I'll give me a second. All right. So the reason why I said I started using the acorn to basically differentiate us from them. But the reason why I later realized that the acorn is the perfect example for us is because as Black Americans, us being created in the Most High's image and in his likeness, we have all of the abilities that he has. That means as like an acorn, because they say an acorn is literally created from its inception with everything it'll ever need. So when acorns fall from an oak tree, you know how you pick them up? That acorn is set to survive for as long as it shall survive. It don't need nothing else. Everything that it needs is within the acorn. This is why I say we acorn, right? And this is also why I ask y'all, if y'all today had to pick something you could barter with, a skill or something, what would it be? The reason I'm asking you that is because you people, Black Americans, melanated people, period, but I'm speaking specifically to Black Americans, you are the acorn. You are literally equipped with everything you need. You just don't know it because we come here believing that everything we need is on the external. I'm saying all that to say we need to start thinking about what it is we have inside of these acorns. A lot of us ain't never went within to know what it is we would do or what it is we have. What gift do we have to give to the world? I think that's something we need to think about moving forward, because I'm telling you, it's about to go to a point. I don't know if it's going to be long term or short term, but I'm telling you, it's about to go to a point where the things that you think have value is not about to have no value, money included. Watch. So y'all be careful out there with, you know what I'm saying, falling into these traps. Because I'm telling you now, you get caught up in this BS and you look up, you know what I'm saying, and you don't know why you going down. Who this is? So yeah, think about that. If you needed to barter or if you needed to use the bartering system, what do you have that you could use to help out? You know what I'm saying? That you could use that is of value to you. Let's get into L.A. Reid and this lawsuit, honey. So y'all, L.A. Reid, y'all remember him from, what's the name of that record company? You know, they signed Baldhead Tony. How many ways I love you? Let me count the ways. Do you know? Go ahead on, Baldhead Tony. Go ahead on, Baldhead Tony. LaFace, that's the name of the record company. Miss Blue said, I can write, but I'll be starving. No, you won't. You know how many niggas can't read? Listen, I don't mean to call you a bitch. I'm sorry, Miss Blue. You probably be one of the richest people in the world. You could write. Niggas can't even read in 2026. Girl, you might be a world-renowned author. Girl, the richest author that ever lived. You feel me? Please don't sit up here and say because you can write, you're going to be starving, girl. You might be fat because these niggas can't read or comprehend, okay? These niggas is strolled off. They need you, fat. They need you bad. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to LaFace. How Girl. Baldhead Tony was over there. And remember, Baldhead Tony had came and told us that after she signed her deal with LaFace, Baldhead Tony said she went on her tour, and Tony said she was over here in Paris, London, bitch, Africa, bitch, where the giraffes was fighting and all of that. And Baldhead Tony came back and told us when she got back off the plane with her Louis Vuitton luggage, bitch, she logged into her Bank of America account, and that bitch said, lies you tell. Tony said she ain't had but $30 in her account, bitch, in buku Louis Vuitton luggage. And I said, what? No, Baldhead Tony, you got hits. No way. This is around the time Baldhead Tony had the radio on lock. Do you hear me? Bitch, every time you turned around, it was no, she don't have a baritone. It was a low alto, bitch. Every time you turned around. So I was of confusion. I said, there's no way. Not Baldhead Tony. TLC, maybe. Them hoes might be out here frolicking or whatever. But Baldhead Tony? Oh, hell no. And then it turns out Tony was a baldhead and broke. Baby, they had done took everything out of Tony except her hair. Do you hear me? Tony was over there trying to figure it out. Yeah, baldhead Tony was sitting there scratching her head for 7 whole days, girl. You had to be there. It was a time, girl. And also TLC had to go over there and pop somebody upside the head over there at LaFace. But every dog has its day. And we're here. So L.A. Reid, this is the guy. And let me say this. When y'all used to see these people, what we didn't know back then, because I didn't know either, that these people are representatives. They're representatives of people behind the scenes who's really doing all of the stuff, who's really making the decisions. But they send out these representatives because, like I told y'all, a clear person knows I can't just be unapologetically clear and get Negroes to follow me. No, they're going to be like, get the hell away from me, you clear man. So what they do is get one of your own to put in front of you so that you'll receive it better. Does that make sense? So, okay. L.A. Reid, being one of them, was hit with a lawsuit, girl, for sexual assault. And then he hurried up and settled the case right before it was time to go to court. But we want to know why. It says, just as opening statements were set to begin, music executive L.A. Reid has officially settled a sexual assault lawsuit brought by former Arista artist executive Drew Dixon. And let me say this. Are y'all not... How many more men, especially black men, are we going to hear come out being punks under pressure? All these niggas is sexually assaulting other men. And I'm not saying that I want them to sexually assault women, but I just find this to be ironic. Don't you think? It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, all them messing with the boys. All of them messing with the boys. That's all I'm saying. Let's move on. It says, according to court filings, the case was scheduled to go to trial in federal court in New York on Monday. Instead, both sides reached an agreement behind closed doors. The terms remain undisclosed. The lawsuit stems from allegations Dixon made under New York's Adult Survivors Act, which temporarily lifted the statute of limitations for sexual assault cases. Dixon accused Reid of sexually assaulting, it's a girl, her twice in 2001, once during a private flight and again in his car while he was a president and CEO of Arista. Well, at least this one was a girl. Let me see. I think I had another. This one was a girl. But either way, I do find it funny that they out here doing all of this. Hold on. It says in 2023, Drew Dixon alleged the former Arista Records chief executive, born Antonio Reid, who helped develop Mariah Carey, TLC, Pink, and Usher, derailed her career after she rejected his advances in 2021. Dixon said that he groped, kissed, and digitally penetrated her. What? Without consent on 2 occasions. What you mean digitally penetrate? What that mean? I'm learning some new shit. Y'all know what that mean to get digitally penetrated. Have I been digitally penetrated? Hold on, girl. I need to see what's going on. Digital penetration definition. Insertion of a person's fingers or toes. Oh, you was fingering that girl. I've been digitally, what you call it? Penetrated. Oh, and y'all did too. We done all. Now I ain't gonna say we done all. Some of y'all gonna get on here and lie, but a lot of us have been digitally penetrated. I didn't know that's what they called that. But they say toes. So I want to know what Tip was doing when they say he dropped his size 6.5 off in that girl. Y'all remember that? When the girl said she woke up to Tiny over there standing over her saying, "Get him, Tip. Tip, get her, Tip." And they said Tip was over the girl with his head, with his leg in the air with a size 6.5. They said Tip done monkey stomped all in that girl coochie. Now, is that digital penetration? I can't believe that. See, you learn something new every day. If you're not learning every day, you're not living. So if you don't learn something every day, you didn't live, okay? Every day you gotta learn, whether it's something important or not, but every day you gotta learn. But anyway, she was digitally penetrated. She alleges that Reid had started harassing her soon after he started at Arista in 2000. When she rejected his advances, she said that he promised her that her promising career was thwarted by having her budget slashed and her proposed signing rejected. Let me say this. This is true. A lot of people in high places blackball people. They make it to where certain people can't get to where they want to go or could go, simply because either they don't like the person or because sometimes it be, you see what I'm saying? These advances and whatnot. I believe this. It also goes on to say, Reid subsequently denied the allegations. It says she quit in 2002 to attend Harvard Business School and said that in a 2023 statement provided by her lawyers that Reid persistent campaign of sexual harassment and assault forced me to abandon the work I loved when I was at the top of my game in the music business. Reid left Arista in 2004 to work as a CEO at Island Def Jam Music Group and later Epic Records. It says in 2017, Reid stepped down from Epic following a harassment claim from a female member of staff, The Hollywood Reporter reported. Dixon, now a board member at New York University's Clive Davis Institute of What? Nah, bitch, how you gonna go work for Clive? They say he be digitally penetrating them hoes too. Make it make sense. Bitch, you done jumped out the frying pan into the fire. Why is you over there by Clive? And Clive, you know that girl got this lawsuit up on your little partner? Is y'all beefing now? Because in the 90s, y'all was like this. What is going on? Did Clive put you up to this, ma'am? Because you done jumped out the frying pan into the fire. There's no way you gonna tell me you left from by L.A. Reid to go over here and play with Clive. Then he around there killing people, allegedly. Bitch, you want to die. This bitch said, to hell with faking it. I'm just going to jump out the window. Bitches, you crazy? Girl, you should have never went around there. Girl, please. She over there by Clyde. Girl, get from around there. Is you black? Shit. Anyway, Dixon, now a board member at New York University's Clive Davis Institute of Record Music, sued under New York State's Adult Survivors Act, which in 2023 gave adults a year-long window to sue over alleged sexual abuses that occurred outside the statute of limitations. Details of the settlement between Reid and Dixon were not disclosed, but both parties released statement on the resolution. Dixon said, "I hope my work as an advocate for adult survivors helps to bring us closer to a safer music business for everyone." Bitch, you ain't did nothing. You ain't did shit. In a world where good news is often hard to find, I hope for survivors that today is a ray of light peeking through the clouds. Who wrote this? You got a ghostwriter? Who that was in the chat say they're a writer? Did you write this for this girl? Now, y'all sitting up here. Now, see, this is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all talking about you a writer, you're going to be starving bullshit. It's always somebody who's stupid. Whoever, what she say? I hope for survivors that today is a ray of light peeking through the clouds. That's big. That's big. That's huge, actually. It'll make me want to come out and tell my story if I had one. It says, Amron H. Ansari, a lawyer for Reid, said Mr. Reid has amicably resolved this matter with Ms. Dixon without any admission of liability. Previously, Dixon was one of 3 women, who accused Def Jam co-founder Russell Simmons of rape. Oh, so bitch, Russell raped you too, bitch? Yeah, this is set up. Hold on. I know I ain't tripping. So wait a minute. Pass back. Stop, stand by. Bitch, you mean to tell me Russell raped you, then you went over there and let L.A. Reid digitally penetrate you, and then you jumped out the frying pan into the devil's punch bowl over there by Clive? Bitch, I feel like something in the milk ain't clean.
It's survival. I guess somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Now, I'm not calling this lady a liar. What I'm saying is her track record. So after she got raped by who? Russell. Then she went over there by LA, and then she went over there by Clive. It said she appeared in the 2020 documentary On the Record about women making allegations against music executives. More than 20 women have accused Simmons of sexual assault allegations. He has consistent, well, whatever they say he denied it. But girl, whatever they say Russell did, he did it. But girl, what is going on, ma'am? Miss Drew? What? Girl, I thought you said you was traumatized. When you quit your job, I thought you went to go be a librarian. I didn't know you went from L.A. Reid house to Clyde. Girl, either way, L.A. Reid done settled. He done settled out of court. He said he don't have no liability. So he must have paid her a nice little penny. And let me say this, y'all. The trial was supposed to kick off next week. But let me say this. Ooh, I forgot John Legend was going to testify. Now, what this wailing nigga was going to say? What was Mahalia Jackson was going to get on the stand and say? Mr. Legend, were you there when L.A. Reid allegedly sexually assaulted Miss Drew Dixon? Sir, I was not there, sir. I was somewhere on cloud 9. Cloud 9. Nigga, what? What is you there for? And plus, they done said your wife love a good pepperoni pizza. You need to be testifying on the bitch you laying next to. You mind your business, John Legend, because we've been trying to catch up with your wife. Don't get me started. Yeah, we done heard about what's going on around there. Y'all around here losing babies and stuff. John, this is not the time. We did not call you, Mahalia. Go lay down. Please, go lay down. This is not the time for you, John. Please, I swear to God. Because I feel like when we dig in you and your wife, it's going to be bad. You know why? Because we already expecting it from the wife. But we ain't expecting it from this cake batter mix looking ass nigga right here. You see what I'm saying? This the nigga that be behind the piano. We're just ordinary people. That's the nigga who ordinary people. So when we find out his tea, oh yeah, it's going to shock a lot of yous, not me. But it's going to shock a lot of y'all. Yes, it will. Whoa, yes, it will. All that deep, dark. You know how dirty and dark you got to be to marry a bitch who's in love with pepperoni pizza? L.A. Reid, you dodged the bullet, but you won't dodge the next one. Let's move on. He won't dodge the next one. I promise you. He won't dodge the next one, L.A. And John Legend, you sit your little big fat booty ass down. Y'all ever notice John Legend got a big old booty? I mean, why he got a big old booty? He don't need it. God could have gave that to me. Speaking of, y'all see Mama Jones' old man? Her old man looked just like her son, Jim Jones. It's weird. Look, this Mama Jones, this her old man. But he looked just like her son. Now, let me tell you why this is so weird. Because I don't think a lot of women realize that they be romanticizing their sons. Let me tell you how I feel like she romanticized Jimmy. She created the man that she wanted in her baby. And he grew up to be the man that she wanted. That's why when she went out to date, she found exactly a clear replica of her son. This is weird. This is like some emotional incest type shit right here. This is some emotional incest. I don't even know if that's a real word, but if it ain't, I just coined it. Nigga, this is emotional incest. And let me tell y'all something. I love black women. Niggas say I'm projecting. Okay. Let me tell y'all something, man. There's a lot of black women who don't understand the damage they doing to their children, bro. Y'all don't get it. Because in your own mind, and you really think you can't tell niggas nothing. You can't tell niggas nothing. And this is why the children going upside your head. The point is, you are not supposed to look at your child in any way, shape, or fashion the way that you would look at any man you would date. And it happens so often subconsciously that the women who do it, they don't even see that they doing it. And then they'll get on here and say, I'm projecting. Well, I don't have a son, so how can I project? I don't have a son. I never raised a son. I don't have one. So how? I can't project onto something that I don't have. Like, make it make sense. What I'm telling you is subconsciously, what a lot of women don't understand is that they're creating the man that they want inside of their sons. This is why Blueface go back and forth with his mama the way that they do. It's weird. This is not cool. This is weird as fuck. This would creep me out if my daddy went and found a wife that looked exactly like me. Put a 3 in the chat. If this was Jim Jones' daddy and Jim Jones' name was Jerenisha. Let's say Jim was Jerenisha and this was Jim Jones' daddy. If Jim Jones' daddy went and found a woman who looked exactly like Jerenisha, you're not about to sit up here and tell me y'all wouldn't say this is weird. This is fucking weird, bruh. This is weird as fuck. This is weird. This is weird. I don't care how you slice it. It's weird. It's weird. And y'all don't see it. And it's the worst part. I be seeing y'all post y'all little boys on Instagram, Facebook, and they be so cute. And honestly, if you don't know that subconsciously that's what's happening, you would just think, oh no, she want her son to be dressed. It's weird. You romanticizing your baby, the one you birthed. That's why when you go look for a nigga, you look for the nigga you made in your son. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. And I think some of them hoes, given the chance, probably would be with their son if they could. Because y'all weird. We can't have it one-sided no more. Because if this was a man, if Jim was a girl and his daddy went and found the wife that looked just like him, y'all would be windmilling with y'all head down on here. This shit is weird. Shit is weird. And if I was the nigga, if I met a man and he introduced me to his daughter and his daughter looked just like me, I'm looking at the man now. Because what? Now, it's normal for some men to go after women who remind them of their mother. That's normal. But your child? Right. And you know what's crazy? Word is bond. You're absolutely right. She's a woman, so she could get away with it. She shouldn't be able to get away with that. And then remember they said she taught him how to kiss? And you know what? I saw Summer over there calling her son daddy. That shit is fucking weird. I don't care how you slice it. And they had girls in the chat. Y'all don't call y'all sons daddy? What? What is happening in here and in here to where you can birth a child and call him daddy? Yeah, that's different. That's different. I don't know. I guess I think differently, but that's weird. And I'm not gonna parade it like it's cool or it's cute. It's not. It's fucked up and it's weird. And it's given a chance. She probably asleep with Jimmy. I don't give a damn. Because if she was a man, I'd have said the same thing. It's given, if the chance presented itself, she would sleep with her son. Period, point blank. And I'm not taking that back. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy, Coco? Coco said, I ain't even calling no one daddy but my daddy. You know what's crazy? I've always found it odd. I remember I tried calling this boy daddy one time, and it made me cringe so much, probably because I have a real daddy. I remember one time me and this boy, I was trying to get in my bed, and I'm like, you know what? I'm about to be submissive. Yeah, I'm about to get in my bag in my soft girl tees. And I was saying, yes, daddy. And I ain't gonna lie, when I said it, right when it left my lips, it was weird. It was just like, probably because I grew up with a father in the home. I don't know. Or maybe because I grew up with a relationship with my father. I don't know. Yeah, Mama D and Lil Scrappy give me the exact same vibes. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then somebody said, I don't call my daddy daddy. In New Orleans, that's what we call our fathers, daddy. So that's another thing. We don't call out, see how like in Baltimore, they say father or whatever. We don't say father. We say daddy. We say mama. We say daddy. For our godparents, that's our name. That's our parent. You see what I'm saying? So we got our own lingo. So especially to call another nigga daddy, when you got your real daddy, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different for me. It's different for me because I come from a place where you call your real daddy daddy. So it's kind of hard for me. I don't know. Some people say mommy and daddy. We say mama, daddy, grandma, grandpa, nana, and parent. That's your godparents. Your mama and your daddy, then your grandma and your grandpa, and then it's your nana, that's your godmother, and your parent. Or your nanny, nana, that's your grandma, your parent is your godfather. I ain't never had a parent. I used to want one though. Anyways, let's move on. iPad kids. We need to talk about iPad kids, y'all. We got to stop putting iPads in front of our kids' faces so early, first of all. And then we need to limit the time that they spend on them. Because what y'all don't know, we talked about this maybe a year or so ago. But we talked about this. What's happening is kids who are using iPads are I'll just read it. But from what I remember, kids who use iPads have a higher chance of having social disorders, depression, and all types of other stuff. Hold on, because I don't want you to get me the line. All right. It says, cognitive and language development. Early extensive screen time before age 2 is linked to slower speech development and poorer language/critical thinking scores later on, potentially due to less human interaction. So a lot of y'all wondering why y'all kids are having issues in school. If you put iPads in front of them at the very beginning, it's going to make them harder to think and use their own brains to learn. And also even be social. It goes on to say socioeconomic impacts. More screen time correlates with higher risk of anxiety, depression, aggression, and hyperactivity, creating a vicious circle where kids use screens to cope with the issues. Brain structure. Some studies suggest links between high screen time and changes in brain areas related to critical thinking, though the long-term impact is still being studied. So what this is saying is there's a link between high screen time and changes in brain areas. So the longer, according to this, they're saying they're finding that children who do a lot of iPad screen time have abnormal brain issues going on. Yeah, it said they have abnormal brain areas related to the critical thinking. So you can't even use your head. And then it also says behavioral issues. Children with too much screen time may struggle with boredom, leading to difficulty regulating emotions and adapting to real-world demands, often resulting in tantrums, and we're about to get into it, when devices are removed. Okay. It's creating social anxiety in children, and they're not able to make friends. They're not able to coexist cohesively with the rest. You know what I'm saying? When I was growing up, we used to go outside and play. Nowadays, I live in a neighborhood and I be seeing maybe 1 or 2 kids outside playing. Children don't go outside to play no more. You know what I'm saying? It is imperative that we limit the amount of screen time. Also, the earlier you put the iPad in front of your child's face, the earlier you put it in front of his face, the more likely he's going to have brain issues. And when they say critical thinking, meaning y'all ever been, let's just say, I'll give you an example of critical thinking. Critical thinking could be, I need to go to the grocery store, right? And I'm going to show you how this correlates in real life. I need to go to the grocery store, but it's 5 o'clock. I don't care where you live in America. Everybody knows that 5 o'clock p.m. is high time traffic. Critical thinking skills would make you say, well, you know what? It probably wouldn't be the best idea to go at 5 p.m., seeing as there's so much traffic going on. Why don't I wait until 7 p.m. when most people are at home and traffic has died down? That's what you call critical thinking. Now, the more iPad time you put in front of these children, they lose that stuff. And this is why we got a bunch of young adults and even young children and sometimes old adults slow as a box of freaking rocks. They can't do the small minor things. And these people are easily led on social media. These are the people who see one headline and go with the move. Because why is there to question it? Everything I get comes from everybody else because they have zero critical thinking skills. I want to tell you how this can correlate spiritually. When you take the critical thinking skills away, then you probably have a less chance of going within to find the Most High. So when y'all putting these iPads in front of these babies' faces, and I get it, it's convenient. But I when I had my baby, it was before the iPad situation. But I'm telling you now, it is going to hurt you and your child way more than you think it will help. And also, a lot of parents are wondering, especially Black American parents, y'all wondering why y'all kids is tearing up y'all houses and all that. Has anybody ever thought to go back and link a study to figure out if the kids who are tearing up houses and freaking out and going to juvie and killing people, is anybody going back to look to see if those kids came up as iPad kids? You know what I mean? Because we got to add other factors like vaccines, diet, chemtrails. We got to add all that in. But I'm pretty positive if somebody were to take a study, because that's what I used to do when I was bored before I came on YouTube, because I had a degree in research or in psychology. So what I would do is say, like, I'll give you an example. When I told y'all I wanted a BBL. But when I got into this Facebook group and saw all the women were literally willing to die for it, I knew I didn't want one. But it didn't make me curious and say, well, I want to study this and see what this is going to look like. And then I thought about it. I got to wait about 20 years to kind of get somewhat of a result. That's what's happening. Well, what I think we need to happen with these kids we have today, because I'm pretty positive they have a lot in common. And one of those things are screen time. Because these children are not, like, they don't even have social skills. Not all, but a lot of them don't. I think we should look into that. Let's get into this video of what happens when you have iPad kids and what happens when you take it away. Now, you're going to see a lot of tantrums. And remember, we just saw videos the other day of the lady talking about her son tore her house up. Let's get into it.
One thing you can't call him, though, is a liar, because he ain't lying.
What happens when an entire generation is raised on screens? We're finding that out right now.
Nope.
They're called iPad kids, and the future doesn't look good. Right across the Western world, more and more children.
Ooh, I don't mean to cut this off, but I want to respond to this. My girl say, psych major's gonna do the digging. That degree will make you question everything and go back and check it again. And let me tell you something. I was in psychology. I wouldn't trust it. Because I'm going to be honest. The people in psychology are either sheep or paid operatives. I'm going to say it again. The people in psychology right now in 2026 are either sheep or paid operatives. I wouldn't trust a study coming out of psychology right now. I would rather take somebody independent and see what they say. But I would not trust any study coming out of college because all of their rhetoric is to get you to keep doing the same thing. So they're not going to give you the truth. I wouldn't trust it. And I'm telling you what it was when I left the field, 2018 when I left the field, it was getting bad then. So I wouldn't trust it coming out of college because they sheep.
Are being pacified with tablets and phones. For parents, it's easy. Hand them a screen, the tantrums stop. But that short-term peace comes with a long-term cost you should be aware of. These kids are developing dependency. If you try and take that device away, they will melt down. And it's not just crankiness, it's withdrawal. This is an addiction. Even Steve Jobs, the man behind Apple, famously said that he had limited his kids' use of iPads. He knew the risks, and today we're seeing exactly why he was being so cautious. Multiple studies show that heavy screen time in children is linked to higher rates of anxiety, attention problems, and reduced emotional regulation. Kids glued to devices struggle more with patience, boredom, and basic coping skills. Their brains are getting wired for instant gratification. Dopamine hits from flashing colors and endless scrolling. Real life seems slow, dull, and even unbearable in comparison. But the damage does not stop there. These children are missing out on the building blocks of a real-world experience. Running through the grass, climbing trees, discovering bugs, learning how to socialize face-to-face. Instead of learning how to handle conflict, make friends, or explore their surroundings, they're trapped in digital loops of cartoons, games, and apps designed to keep them hooked. These iPads are a drug for these children. And teachers have noticed the drastic change. Far shorter attention spans, more frustration in classrooms.
These kids have so much screen time, their brains don't work. Like, talk about the iPad stare. This is them 24/7.
Less curiosity, less creativity. Kids who can swipe before they can speak, but can't sit still for more than 5 minutes. And the hard truth behind it all is many parents have become dependent too. The iPad has become the babysitter, a substitute for human engagement, an easy way to calm your child down. And while it may buy some quiet time at home, it robs children of the very skills they'll need to function as adults. It's a generation that's less resilient, less social, and less connected to the real world. A generation raised by algorithms instead of parents. And if nothing changes, we're looking at a future where the basics of patience, focus, and real-world interaction are rare skills, while digital dependency is the normal. Childhood is meant to be lived. The real question now is, are we going to wake up before it's far too late?
One thing you can't call him, though, is a liar, because he ain't lying.
Ooh, girl, I've seen a lot of comments. One comment made sense. When we were growing up, we had video games and TV, but couldn't none of us lay up in our mama house all day and watch no TV. You come on now. The only people who could do that is who mama was never home. But if you grew up in the 80s or the 90s or anywhere beyond that, you could not lay up in your mama house all day and watch no TV. You just couldn't. You couldn't even lay up in the house all day and be on the phone. You couldn't. So again, I think that's one of the mistakes that we made with this generation. We so busy trying to not be like our parents, we not even taking the parts that worked. That worked. Couldn't none of us sit at home up under our mama roof and just do nothing. None of us. Even if your mama wasn't doing nothing, you couldn't do it. Your mama could be at home, chilling, Section 8, food stamps, welfare, cigarettes, and bill with her nigga coming in and out. You can't do it. That's how we grew up. I think the problem, like I said, was we were so busy trying not to be like our parents, we missed the good parts that we needed to take with us. Because now we putting all of this stuff in front of these babies' faces, and it's literally killing them. It's making them walking zombies. Y'all ever seen The Walking Dead? There you go. Because those children are going to at some point grow up to be what? Adults. There's your Walking Dead. Your zombies. There's your Walking Dead. And people thinking like, oh, it's going to be a disease and people going to get bit. And that's going to happen too. But it's going to happen all types of ways. Listen, you thinking it's going to be a disease. Somebody going to get hit. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, everybody going to be turning. No, dummy. It's going to be people who've been so much programmed under this screen time. They're going to literally be walking dead. Like waiting on the next direction. Just walking dead. Literally. So these iPad kids are going to be a whole generation of adults. What are we supposed to do with them? What are we supposed to do with them? Now, I'm going to be an old-ass woman by the time these children get old, but I'm talking about with our kids and their grandkids. What they supposed to do with these motherfuckers? Because these people going to be working at the job. These people going to be working. You see what I'm saying? They going to be at politics. They going to be in charge of stuff. So what are we supposed to do with this? Woo! Preach, T. Hames. Preach. T. Hames said, and it promotes mandates. Yes. And groupthink. Yes. But that's what they want. That's what they want. They want us to be on a groupthink. Remember, when they say the revolution will not be televised, it's not because it's not going to be physical. It's because it's going to start here. This is why the awakening is so important. This is why I tell y'all to ground and meditate, because you can combat this. But I'm saying it don't make sense for you to ground and meditate if you putting the iPad in front of your child. If we just being completely honest, y'all, there's nothing good that can come out of a child with an iPad. Nothing. Even if y'all say, well, my child learned how to read. Bitch, you could have taught him. What else? But my child know how to work it. He could have learned at school. Now what? There's nothing good comes out of children who have an iPad in front of their face all day. It's just nothing when you really think about it. So I'm not telling y'all how to parent, but what I'm telling you is when you do this, you are contributing to the Walking Dead. Yes, your child, you are creating another zombie. That's what you're doing. You literally sacrificing your child to zombie land. That's a way to put it. That'll hold y'all. That's what you're doing. Sacrificing your child to zombie land. Make them damn children go outside and play. Ain't no more kidnappers no more, because the children ain't outside no more. The kidnappers done had to retire because no children outside to play. So the children is safe. Let them children go outside. Let them children go outside. They all right. It's safer now than it's ever been, I promise you. They need to get out the house and do something different than what they're doing. The iPad is not the way. I'm telling you. For real, all the raper mans and all the kidnappers is gone because the children don't come outside no more. They done had to find a new hobby. Them people can't even, you know what I'm saying? Ride around in their white van in peace no more. What they riding around for? It ain't nobody outside. And that's a good thing, but not also it's a bad thing. Okay? Let's get into Minnesota suing Trump, girl. Why is Minnesota suing Trump? So Minnesota has had enough. Some clear lady got popped, and now all of a sudden the media about to turn this into something that is not. They about to make it seem like ICE is the worst thing that ever happened to America and Black Americans. You guys better be careful because if this clear woman could get popped, you next. And if they could pop the Somalis, you next. Here we go. Black America, mind your business. This is clear on clear crime. We don't have nothing to do with ICE getting these folks up out of here. And even if y'all say, well, voodoo, they Somali, or voodoo, they black, they not us. I don't give a damn. I could care less what these folks do with them other people. I could care less. And I don't understand for the life of me why some of you care so much. And then I ask you, I would ask you, if you out there and you care so much about these immigrants, then I would ask you to ask yourself, do I truly care? Because I know you don't. Because, bitch, you don't even care about your own people like that. And don't tell me, yes, I do, voodoo. No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't get a moment of sleep with all of the unrest and craziness going on with Black America, with our babies, with our women, even with our men. So don't tell me you just a genuine, loving person who cares. No, the fuck you don't. You just saying that because you want to seem like a cool kid for helping up for the immigrants. But what you don't understand is you helping up for the immigrants is literally robbing from your own people. When you help up for them, you are helping them to rob us. So you don't care. You don't care. And if you were immigrant, I know why you care. I would care if I was an immigrant too. If you were immigrant, I know why you care. I would care if I was an immigrant too. But guess what? I'm not. So I don't give no fucks about what's going on in Minnesota with the clear woman or anybody out there. What they eat don't make me shit. You know why? Because my people trying to fight for their life right now. We trying to wake up. We trying to do genealogy. We trying to give reparations. We got so much shit going on. It baffles me that anybody of my ilk, of my race and my culture and ethnic background have any room to give any fucks about anybody else. But again, I want to tell you out there, because somebody in the chat, you really think you care. I want to get me up here because I want to be the one to tell you. No, you don't. No, you don't. And if you think God gonna let you into heaven because you said free Somali or free Israel, or because you actually care that these motherfuckers is getting whatever they're getting, if you think that's going to get you a highway ticket to heaven, then you sadly mistaken, dumb bitch. And you're a problem to us. Treason is what you need to be tried under. Because you fucking up the progress of what we got to do. There's no way I could care about what's going on in somebody else's household and not care about what's going on in my own. But y'all won't get on the internet and play like you care and tell us, well, this is horrible. How can you look away? The same way they look away when you getting hung in the street. The same way they look away when you getting shot in the streets by the police. The same way they look away. And I don't want to hear no immigrant or any bitch ass nigga, bitch, or anybody coming on here telling me, but Voodoo, in 2020, they stood in solidarity. No, them bitches wanted to get outside in March. Fuck them. What did we get from that? What did we get from the whole world coming together to say George Floyd? What did we get? I'll wait. What did we get? So don't tell me about that bullshit or I stood with y'all in 2020. You should have sat the fuck down. We didn't call y'all. Nobody in Black America called amongst the world and say, hey, come help us protest. Never. We've never done that. You know why? Because we don't need y'all help. Not with our own personal issues. Y'all jumped on the train because of the propaganda. Cool. But don't you come back and make it to us as if you did us a favor by standing in solidarity. No, bitch, you wanted to get outside for COVID. Stop it. But again, to Black America, y'all on y'all personal social medias, there are people you know in person who are pro this bullshit. They are your ops. And I don't mean to tell you to divide. What I'm telling you is if these people care more about them than what we got going on, yeah. Come on, man. It's just like, how can I care that your household is doing well when mine is not? But then again, there's a lot of people like that. At any rate, I just find it rich, but not in a good way, that anybody who's a Black American can give any energy to this. And let me say this too, Pastor Jamal Bryant, because we're going to get on him next. They do a lot of this throughout the church. They done tricked y'all with that damn Bible and got y'all thinking that you're supposed to love everybody, but that's not true because everybody don't love you. I challenge all Black Americans. When you sit up there hollering about God told us to love everybody, I want you to go in that same book and show me where God told you that that everybody was supposed to love you. And you're not going to tell me that the Most High don't want me to have reciprocal relationships in my life. You're not going to tell me that the Most High God want me to just be the perpetual victim, the perpetual fucked over, and everybody else eat. You take that Deuteronomy curse shit and stick it up your ass. I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to none of that. You die by that shit. You live and die by the Deuteronomy curse. I'm good, love. Enjoy. You live and die in hell here while I go figure out heaven in here too. But I'm saying all that to say, it's a lot of hypocrisy going on. And it's a lot of my people who are jumping on this bandwagon. And a lot of y'all jumping on it just because somebody else said so. But There are a lot of people you know personally who are paid, literally paid operatives to feed you this shit. Do not take the bait. Black America, we need to be fighting for reparations. We need to be fighting for our genealogy. We need to be fighting to get our land back. We got so much we could be doing right now. To even be worried about what's going on is insanitary to me. I want to show y'all Minnesota. Now, ever since the white woman got shot, there have been a huge media program or propaganda going around social media to get y'all to believe that ICE is just these big bad wolves coming in to blow and huff and puff and blow all y'all house down. And for the most part, shout out to Black America, we not buying that shit because we come and go as we please all up and through all these black cities and white cities alike. We don't get stopped by ICE. We don't get played with ICE. Them people don't even be bothering us. Them people see us and wave and we just go on about our business. On average, ICE does not bother Black Americans. But if you go on Twitter and Instagram, they'll make you think that ICE is just you next. It's propaganda. At the end of the day, ICE don't fuck with us and we don't fuck with them. What ICE got going on with the immigrants who were stealing millions of dollars from us, how can you want them to stay when they've literally been stealing all of your resources? That's another thing that bothers me with Black Americans. You are fighting for the people who've stolen everything from you to stay? It's like having somebody to come rob me and then inviting them to move into my crib. Are you dumb? They stealing everything we got. Nigga. And you want me to invite these people in my crib to live with me? Must have been an iPad baby. Had to be an iPad baby to think like that. What the hell? These people taking all, they done closed down our schools. They done put these people up in high-rise apartments and hotels, took all our resources, after-school programs gone. And I'm going to tell you now, I don't give a damn who feel a way about it. They took all of our resources. Get them all the fuck up out of here. Every single fucking mammy motherfucking one of them. Get them out of here. Get them. And if you on their side, pack your bags and get the fuck on too. That's where I'm going with it. Because see, my nerves get bad. Because after a while, I start feeling like I'm explaining myself and it's falling on deaf ears. And once I get there, I get mad. So at that point, if you feel it's so necessary for these aliens to be here, pack your alien bags and get the fuck on with them. And that's on me. That's on me. Because you a fucking problem. And if you an immigrant, please shut your dick suckers. Please shut your dick suckers. Black America need to be having a separate conversation that don't include the immigrants, that don't include the clears, that includes us worrying about us. All this other shit is distractions. That's how Mike got popped. That's how they got Martin Luther King. Right when he was working on the Poor People's Campaign, here come all of the people out the side of his neck. Martin, you should talk about the Vietnam War. Martin, what do you think about the Vietnam War? Martin, what about the Vietnam War? And as soon as he said it, they popped this stupid ass. Y'all better worry about what we got to worry about. Fuck them people. You end up pop like Mike. You're going to end up pop like Mike. Soon as he started hollering about the Vietnam War, got him up out the paint, popped. Mind your business, Black America. Like I say, how do we know, and I know that's what it is, but how do we know this ain't divine intervening here and getting them people up out of here? Why would you even be fighting for them to stay? You know what I mean? Let's get into Minnesota. So Minnesota has decided, since they done put it all in the news that ICE is so bad and so horrible, now they want to sue ICE. And this is the worst part. Again, I know it's a lot of bots in the chat, but sometimes you go in the chat and you see actual Black Americans that's for this shit. Y'all are sheep and you need to be done away with. I swear to God. And I don't mean like killed or nothing, but like y'all need to be put in a pasture somewhere. So all off over there. Because y'all are just, at any rate, Let's get into the other thing. Minnesota Attorney General announces lawsuit against Trump administration over ICE surge. It says Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, representing the state along with the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul, has filed a federal lawsuit against the Department of Homeland Security and related agencies and officials. It says a lawsuit filed on Monday seeks to halt what the plaintiffs described as an unprecedented increase in the number of Department of Homeland Security agents in the state. If you can recall, there was a community outrage following the passing of Renee Nicole Good, that's the white woman, who was shot by an ICE agent. They argued that this extensive federal immigration operation constitutes a federal invasion of the Twin Cities. The lawsuit requests that a federal court declare the deployment of DHS under agents the Trump administration to be illegal, and it calls for additional measures to ensure the safety of the cities. A complaint was filed the day after Homeland Security Secretary Chris Noem announced that hundreds more of federal officers are being deployed to the state in response to protests following the shooting of Renee Nicole Good. It says Noem stated that the federal operation in the state aimed at identifying breaches of immigration law and addressing the actions of ICE protesters. I think they should double up and triple up on security, because I swear to God, in New Orleans, when we have anything, they send out Homeland Security, they send out FBI, CIA, DEA, National Guard, and we could just be having a concert downtown. Fuck them! Send everybody out there. Oh yeah. Get the feds, get the UN. Do they got feds? Do the UN got feds? Send them out there. You bitches want to go out there and protest on land that don't belong to you? Send them out there. Oh, yeah. Send them out there. Send all of the people with the capital letters out there to get them up out the paint. You want to protest on a land that don't belong to you? Get the fuck on. Let the people come out there and carry your duck ass away. And if you feel so heavy about these people being here, then I implore you to go out there so you can get carried away with them. Going on now. Like I say, when Black America for Mardi Gras, they had CIA, HSI, bitch, they had drones in the sky, and we just out there at the parade, catching bees and getting drunk. So you mean to tell me, oh, since they beefed up on ICE agents, it's a problem? Girl, fuck them people. Send all the ICE out there. Matter of fact, I think all the ICE need to get together and just go to Minneapolis and clear the whole shit out. That's what I think. I think everybody in ICE need to pack up and deploy to Minneapolis and clear the whole goddamn city out, the whole state. Everybody got to go. Everybody except Black Americans. And if you Black American and you want to get in the middle, you got to go too. I believe they should. Because if we got to be under heavy surveillance and under heavy doggone security, who the fuck these people is where they can't have more ICE agents out there because you crackers want to get out there and play protests? Come on, man. Let's get into this. Girl, my people.
Announce a lawsuit we're filing against the United States Department of Homeland Security to end the unlawful.
And they always get somebody Black to do it. They always put somebody Black in front. Y'all don't see the play. Let me go ahead.
Unprecedented surge of the federal law enforcement agents into Minnesota. Because this has to stop. It just has to stop. We allege that the obvious targeting of Minnesota for our diversity, for our democracy, and our differences of opinion with the federal government is a violation of the Constitution and of federal law. We allege that the surge, reckless impact on our schools, on our local law enforcement is a violation of the 10th Amendment and the sovereign laws and powers of the Constitution grants to states. We allege that DHS's use of excessive and lethal force, their warrantless, racist arrests, their targeting of our courts, our churches, houses of worship, and schools are a violation of the Administrative Procedures Act on arbitrary and capricious federal actions. And we ask that the courts will end the surge of thousands of DHS agents into Minnesota. here to announce a lawsuit we're filing against the United States Department of Homeland Security.
So now they want to file a lawsuit. And, you know, the white lady who allegedly died, if she's real, they probably killed her for real, just for the cause. You know, they don't mind sacrificing a person. That's nothing. They sacrifice many people. But they probably killed her just to kind of make it go here. Because you got to understand how politics play. They will set up something just to get the reaction that they want. So they'll set up for the white lady to go out there and get popped. They'll do it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying all that to say, I just find it rich that now they got a black man up there talking about, oh, enough is enough. They always put one of us up there. You notice that? I don't really see much white people getting on the behind the podiums and saying all this shit about Trump. It seems like every time you turn around when it's a city or a state, it's somebody white, black coming up. Y'all don't even see the play, but that's cool. It is what it is. Anybody, and let me say this too, because this is where emotional intelligence comes in. Because I saw somebody in the chat, what's the girl, Nubia, whatever her name is, talking about, y'all, this is white ideology. So it's white ideology because I don't want immigrants in my country? Are you insane? Y'all so used to being a victim and wanting to say somebody doing something to you that you find victimhood where there is none. This isn't white ideology. It's common fucking sense. If you come to my house and you steal from me, then you gotta go. That's just common sense. I can't come to your house and steal nothing out your house. You gonna let me stay if I come to your house and steal from you? This is a genuine question. Can I come to anybody's house and steal from you and still be able to remain? No, you're gonna kick me the fuck up out of there. Where are we confused here? Where are we confused here? This is not our fight. But the worst part is the people they're kicking out is going to help us because they're the ones been stealing from us. Our college funds, our doggone, our welfare, all of it. We can't even get food stamps. These motherfuckers was getting $20,000 a month. We can't even get scholarships. Our children are graduating with loads and loads of college loan debt. They get free college all the way through. Are you insane? But I have white ideology? That's white ideology. But me to say, hey, y'all done came to my house, y'all stealing, it's time for you to go. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know, I learned too, this is why being quiet, you know, I've never been a quiet person, but I will say I have always been one to just watch more than I talk, for the most part, not all the time. But I learned, like, most people is dumb as fuck. And I'm not calling a girl newbie dumb, but most people stupid in the motherfucker. And I don't mean like intelligence-wise. I just mean like in regular, degular, schmegular common sense. I mean just like right is right and wrong is wrong type shit. A lot of people are stupid than a motherfucker. They had to be iPad babies. I don't know. I'm telling you, they must have been iPad babies. Anyway, Black America, please don't get in the midst of this. This is between aliens and clears that don't have nothing to do with us. And we don't give a damn. We could care less. I want to talk to y'all about race versus ethnicity. And then we're going to get into Jamal Bryant before I get up out of here. Race versus ethnicity. There are a lot of white people who've been lying to America and Americans by telling us that they are something they are not. And I want to come on here to be the first person to tell y'all that that is not true. So this is what's going on. First of all, I tell y'all all the time, white people are foreigners. They are not of this ilk. They are not from this land. They are foreigners. They're not real. That's why I call them clear people a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the clears that's in the chat. This is no shade. I just have to say this part. So anyway, because of this, remember, white people are the aliens. They are the immigrants. So that's why everywhere they go, they so fascinated. That's why you always see, whenever you see white people anywhere in the world, they always just like, because they've never seen this. And people might say, well, I'm 25. I've never been across the world. Some things are familiar to our souls. White people don't have these things familiar to their souls, if they have them, because a lot of them aren't familiar with this because they're new species of people. They're a new species of people. And these people are different. These people are different. They're not us. Remember, we're made in the Most High's image and we're made in his likeness. I don't know what these people are made of. However, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've started to notice that white people are starting to claim nationalities and ethnicities that are not real, or at least not theirs. There's a lot of white people in Louisiana, and I see white people on the internet and even some in Louisiana that will tell you that they're black or they're Creole, and they're not. They're 100% white. They got white people telling y'all they Puerto Rican. They got white people telling y'all they Dominican. They got white people telling y'all I'm this and I'm that. And y'all are thinking this is out of ignorance. And I don't mean ignorance as a dig, but I mean not knowing. A lot of y'all don't understand that these white people know that you don't understand the difference between race and ethnicity. So they know that you, or they believe that, they don't believe, they know that you're going to look at the place and you're going to deny your eyes. Meaning, they got white people saying, well, I'm Puerto Rican. And then because you know that Puerto Rican is a black place, even though you looking at a blonde-haired, blue-eyed person in your mind, you're going to get on the internet and drag me and say, voodoo, that person ain't white. They Puerto Rican. And I'm like, how? Sway, you looking at them? Blonde hair, blue eyes, pale skin. What do you mean? I'm not here to preach to them. I'm here to preach to you the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality and how these white people have been able to cosplay. I'll give you an example. Y'all ever seen how the Nigerians or some Africans, not all, how they'll come to America and cosplay us and be like, oh, I'm Black American? And then we go to finding out that nigga ain't Black American. That's what white people do. But they do it utilizing your ignorance. So in America, they taught us that people from Puerto Rico, people from Dominican Republic, and people, that's how you say it, people from Dominican Republic and Mexico and other Spanish-speaking places in the Americas, we were taught that these were black lands. These were motherland, rich lands with melanin. So because of that, that is embedded in our brain. However, when we see the people aren't melanated. But because we've embedded it, or it's been embedded in our brain that this is a melanated land, we defy our eyes, and tell ourselves that even though this person is a Mexican, that this person is black, and they're not. They're not. The Mexican is a new breed of people. They are not black. They are not white. Do they have some black? Maybe some of them do, but for the most part, they are not black. They are cosplayers of that island. Also with the Puerto Ricans and the Dominicans. Mariah Lynn is one. Oh, I'm Puerto Rican. She's white. Puerto Rican is not a race. Race, white, black, yellow. And they say Australian or something like that. But race is 3 to 4 different races. Everything else falls under ethnicity and nationality. But there are so many white people telling you that they something else because you don't know the difference. I need you to understand that there's a difference, and you should never, I ain't gonna say never, but you should always listen to your eyes when they're telling you something different than what you're listening to. I'll give you Mariah Lynn, for example. Let's bring Mariah Lynn on here. There's this white girl on the show on Baddies named Gretchen. Now, Gretchen is a white girl, but Gretchen likes to use the N-word. Now, Gretchen looks more white than Mariah Lynn, yet and still, they both white girls, okay? Not all Australians are white. Not all Australians are white. But listen. So Gretchen gets popped by Sukiana because she uses the N-word. But Gretchen's whole thing was, well, why is it a problem when I use it, whereas other people use it? And the other people she was speaking about was Mariah Lynn. Now, Mariah Lynn on this thing is going to tell us that she don't think that it's a bad thing because she's Puerto Rican. But what Mariah Lynn is leaving out is she is a white Puerto Rican. And because you believe that Puerto Ricans are automatically black, and I don't know how you could believe that when you look at a white person, but you believe that Puerto Ricans are automatically black, you defy your eyes and you automatically give these people a pass. Now, what you don't realize what you're doing is you're helping them to destiny swap with you. Even with the actual black Mexican and the actual black Puerto Rican and the actual black Dominican, you are helping them to destiny swap with the true original people out of your ignorance. And it has to stop. These are white people trying to find somewhere to go because they know their time is up. It's not even cool to be white no more. It's weird. So all these white girls coming amongst all these black people, not just white girls, white people, period. I see it with the white boys on TikTok. It's ridiculous. Everywhere you go, they all cosplaying. And it's because of your ignorance. You need to know that these are white people. Don't be ignorant. Listen, the Puerto Rican look like me. For all of y'all who confused, the original Puerto Rican look like me. The original Dominican looks like me. I'll give you another one. The original Mexican looks just like me. All these other people are offsprings in separate breeds of people that they created. The Mexican race was created. It was created. There was no such thing of those people prior to that conquistador getting off that boat on that island. They are created. The real people of these lands look like me and you. They know that. White people know it. But they also know that you don't know that. So what do? Play off of your ignorance. They'll come on here and tell you, oh, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican. They white, girl. They white as the day is long. All of them. And you need to be sure that you're not allowing them to lie to you with that shit because you don't understand. You might think, well, I don't care what they think. That's how we got to where we at now. It's time to nip this shit in a bud. A lot of these white people have been hiding under other nationalities, and it's time to come out. New Orleans and Louisiana is so many white people telling y'all they Creole when the original Creole looked like me. Remember, they created the Creole that you know today. That ain't nothing but a French person mixed with a black person, or a French and Spanish person mixed with, they made that person. The original Creole looked like me. Stop letting them people lie to you. Now you got full-blown white, blonde hair, blue-eyed people telling you they Creole. They're not. They're white. Just like Mariah Lynn. Now, Mariah Lynn is talking about Gretchen not saying the N-word, but watch how she flipped this and be like, because, I understand, but, I'm Puerto Rican. No, you're not. You white. Who happen to be, you probably even from Puerto Rico. You just white. And your mama probably grew up in Puerto Rico. But you're just white. That's it.
New York is a melting pot, and it is a different environment. And Gretchen is 100% Puerto Rican. She's not white.
That's the lie. You cannot be 100% Puerto Rican. You know why? Because Puerto Ricans are black and white. There's no such thing as 100% Puerto Rican because it's not a race. It's not a race, y'all. It's not a race. It's not a race. It's not a race. Puerto Rican is not a race. Puerto Rican is not a race. It's not a race. She's lying. She's lying. She's lying. And Mariah Lynn knows that she's a white woman. She's willfully lying to you. She's lying. She's lying. She's lying. Puerto Rican is not a race. She's not a race. She's white. Stop letting people tell you, but they from Puerto. I don't give a fuck where they from. I know white people from New Orleans. That don't mean they black.
And I get it. And me personally, what I have told Gretchen is, in this day and age, you need to be careful of what you say, especially as an adult. Like for me personally, I feel like the word should just be completely taken out of your vocabulary because the whole world doesn't like it. You know what I'm saying? So
if you believe that you're 100% Puerto Rican, then why does the word need to be taken out of the vocabulary? Because you know that you shouldn't be saying it. You know that they play off of black people's ignorance. Because I ain't gonna lie, some of us a lot of us slavery fucking stupid, bro. And they know that. She know they white. That's why she could stay with one breath. Oh, she's 100% Puerto Rican, but I think we should just take it out of her vocabulary altogether. Why? If she had a right to say it, you wouldn't be saying that. They playing off of your ignorance. They're playing off of your ignorance. And it's bigger than a white girl using the N-word. It's way bigger than that. It's the principle. And you don't understand how those small things can snowball into something huge. But let's let her finish lying to us.
Like, I'm not saying please the world, always be true to who you are, but at the same time, you have to be sensitive to certain things because, it's true. Like, our people cannot relate. Like, okay, yeah, we're Puerto Rican. A lot of Puerto Ricans, if you guys don't know, descend from Taino Indian blood, which traces back to Africa. Like, my father.
Another lie. White people have gone to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and also Mexico and have lied and said that they are descendants of Taino Indians. Let me say this again. Taino Indians look like me. Taino Indians look like you. Now, I'm not saying that some of them don't have a brown or black abuelita. That's not what I'm saying. But another lie that they go around and tell people is that they're descendants of the Taino Indians, and that is a lie because the Taino Indians look like me. That's another lie they be telling y'all. Oh, and the Taino Indians come from Africa. No, they don't. That's another lie. But if you don't know, what you gonna do? Go with the move. Oh, yeah, they do have the Taino Indians. And again, you will defy your own eyes. You looking at a white girl. You will defy your own eyes to follow the logic that she giving you. She's a white girl. White people don't come from Taino Indians because Taino Indians is me and you. Now, there's a crap ton of melanated people in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and in Mexico that are direct descendants of the Taino Indians. You would never know that because all these white people stood in front of them and acted like they were the people. It reminds me of the Jewish people. How the Bible said there will be some who say they are Jews and they are not. Same shit, different toilet, flush it. There will be a group of, how I say it? They will say they are Jews, but they are not. That's the white people. See, y'all only thinking on one level. Nah, this shit is multi-level. Way bigger than you could ever think. Taino Indians are black melanated people. You want to know a descendant of Taino Indians? Amara La Negra. And I'm just using them as an example because they black Hispanics. I'll give you another one. What's that boy name? What's that boy name that was over there with the conscious community? It's a lot of them. Lala, she's another one. Juju. These people are direct descendants of Taino Indians. White people have taken over the identity of the original people there. Sanetta, that's another one. Sanetta is a direct descendant of a Taino Indian. Not these white people. Biggie, yes, Biggie is a direct descendant of a Taino Indian, not Anna Mac. I'm not saying she don't have a little blood on her. I'm telling you, the direct descendants of these Indians are the black people you look over to give these white people their titles. That's the black people you look over to acknowledge the white people's title. That's the real people, not these crackers. Hold on, let me let this cracker finish cooking.
My father is descendant of Taino Indian blood, which descends.
She's a lie. She a white ass lie. She a white lie.
Back to Africa. But I never want to have anybody feel offended or insulted by the way that I speak. And growing up, I was very ignorant and I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna talk how I want to talk. I'm gonna be how I am because this is who I am. I'm a product of my environment. This is where I come from. And growing up, it was never an issue. But as I got older, I started to realize if it makes somebody uncomfortable because, at the end of the day, like I said, our people can't relate to what took place. And so
if y'all come from, okay, so pause. She double talking. So your daddy is allegedly descendant of Taino Indians from Africa. But then you could say in the same breath, but you know, my people didn't go through what your, so who the fuck is your people then? Because if your people is the Taino Indians or descendants of, then we all went through the same thing. Because the same colonization that happened in North America happened in South America, and it happened on them islands. So how is it that you can be a descendant of the people, but yet and say you don't have connection to the plight that the people went through? Because you're white. And you know better than us that your daddy ain't Reid near bit related to no damn Taino Indian. You know that. You know that. You know that so well. But you know what? She's on a baddie show. On top of regular people being ignorant, this is no shade, but a lot of the people on baddies are slower than slow. So it's easier for her to go to that audience and trick them. Because, see, a lot of them are iPad babies. You know what I'm saying? They just there to see the next fight. That's all. So she can lie to them and they just going to eat it up and repeat it. Oh, yeah, no, boo. Her daddy is African. She's a white woman, y'all. She whiter than white.
Oh, my God, this is escalating real quick. Wait, what did I miss? Back to Africa.
The point is this. She can't be a descendant of Taino Indians because they're black. You can't be. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible with it, but it's damn sure improbable for this bitch to be a descendant of any real Taino Indian, okay? And even if you were, it's so many generations removed to where you don't even have any ounce of black in you. So are you even still a descendant? No, because it takes 3 generations to wipe away your genetics. 3. What does that mean? If I go marry a white man and have a biracial baby, and then my biracial baby go sleep with another white person, and they have a baby, and then that baby go sleep with another white person, then now my children are white. My great grandkids that once looked like me, they all white now. You get it? So I highly doubt that she has any Taino Indian tied to anywhere. She's a white woman. Y'all forget. Conquistadors are the same as colonizers. The same way they came over here is the same way they went over there. But because American history don't teach us about what happened over there, we are ignorant to it. So those white people coming from these islands get to come to America and tell us, oh no, honey, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm part of the black and brown community. No, they not. If it was a snake, it would have bit you. They're white. None of them should say it. White is all get out. Okay. Be mindful of that, y'all. Understand the difference between race and ethnicity. And also, when a white person tell you they're descendant of anybody black, question them. Go into detail. Oh, for real? Really? Who? Oh, my father. Oh, seriously? Let me see your grandmother who was the Taino. You got a picture of her? Describe her. Let me see her. I want to see her. Let me see your grandmother or great-grandmother who Taino Indian. Let me see her. I bet you they'll never be able to show up with a picture because it's a lie. It's a trap. It's a lie and it's a trap. It's a lie and it's a trap. Now I want to get into the last story. Before I get into that, let me read a couple of super chats. Darius, thank you so much. Darius Lamore 747 says, yo, boo, I was just in London and the food is trash. I already know I'm about to be on a diet. Make sure you bring seasoning. Nightlife is a vibe though. Where I need to go? Hit me up and tell me where I need to go. I already know the food about to be trash, but I ain't tripping because I'm trying to wash my figure anyway for Mardi Gras and my birthday coming up, so I'm not tripping. But yeah, I'm already prepared for the food to be trash. Cookies, thank you so much for the super chat. No, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Says she has a whole documentary about Russell Simmons essayed her. They used her. Let me say that lady who sued L.A. Reid, she's probably a pawn used, like they used Cassie. I'm not saying Cassie don't deserve the money, but they definitely got her to be the catalyst to bring Diddy down. Whoever this girl is, I think they got her to be the catalyst to bring down Ellie Reid. Robin Thicke, thank you for being a member for 16 months. Says, remember when Mama Jones got so mad when Chrissy was proposing to Jimmy? Weird. I remember that. And she was like, when you gonna give him a baby? And now I'm starting to think, Mama Jones, was you gonna give him a baby? Like, it's weird. Ugh. Nitwit713, thank you so much for the super chat. Says my boyfriend has a daughter with Down syndrome. I'm sorry, and she's on a tablet 24/7. She's nonverbal. She makes herself sick to go home because she doesn't have a tablet. Wow. Now, when you talk about addiction, wow. She'll make herself sick just to get home and get on a tablet. That's like somebody being being addicted to drugs or alcohol or something. That's crazy. I hope they catch that in time. And that baby probably gonna need some therapy. For real, for real. That baby probably gonna need some therapy. My heart goes out to him, child. And with Down syndrome, that ain't good. Courtney 2410, thank you for the super chat. Says, I'm a first grade teacher on my lunch break. Unfortunately, we see the negative outcome too much screen time. Please send help. I'm so glad you came and said this because and that's another thing too. A lot of our parents don't give a damn about their kids once they drop them off. And that's another thing that has to stop. Y'all are literally harming your children, putting that iPad in front of them. Put them in an extracurricular activity. Y'all cheering on like playing sports or nothing. Like, damn, and these children can't sit down for 5 minutes. And then this is the worst part. You put the iPad in front of them, and then they get to school, and the teacher diagnosed them with ADHD. Does he have ADHD? And if he do, did he get it from the iPad? Watch out. Robin Thick 23, thank you so much for the super chat. Says 2 out of 3 ain't gonna make it because they cut off their nose to spite their face. Facts. Imagine windmilling behind a motherfucker stealing your birthright. Insane. Exactly. But again, I know too, I don't think that people understand that that's what's happening. This is why I'm here to tell Black America that what you don't understand with these immigrants, and even though some of the clears, no, not some of them, all of them. What you don't understand is these people are here to steal everything that you have. Everybody is here to destiny swap with you. Everybody. Even if you here and you an immigrant and you say, I'm not here for that. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Because if you wasn't here for that, then you could have got your money and carried your ass back home. You here because you want to be an American. That's a destiny swap. I'm going to say it again. If you are an immigrant and you are here to destiny swap. Don't tell me that's not true. I'm just here to find a better life. You are here to destiny swap because you are not an American. On paper, you can be, but for the most part, in theory and in real life, you're not. You're destiny swapping. You're destiny swapping. So pack it up, fat. Get up out of here. How you say your name? And J8513, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hey boo, did you see the deportation information on the man that the clear lady died for? A PDF what? File they tried to catch numerous times. Shake my head, ridiculous. It wouldn't surprise me, child. Nothing surprises me in this day because I know that all the media wants you to know is what they want you to know. It's just sad. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'm just not into helping people to steal from me. And I get it. And I don't want to be mean, but I have to because I feel like this. There's no way that I can assure that immigrants have everything they need when my people don't have everything they need. I can't come to wherever you from and take from the people where y'all at. Can't none of us go to no country where any of these motherfuckers come from and take from the people that's there. Can't none of us do that. None of us. But for some odd reason, they done brainwashed us to believe that we supposed to open the doors and let them come take our shit. Are y'all insane? We can't go take none of their shit. We can't go to none of it. Even if it's a third world country, we can't go over there and take over their shit. But we supposed to open the doors and let them come over here. Oh, come on in. Take everything we have. Girl, fuck you. And your mom, bitch, because she the one brought you over here. Fuck all y'all. That's where I'm at with it. No, I ain't on that. I ain't on that at all. At all. And ain't nobody gonna make me feel a way about it. I ain't on it. I ain't jacking it. And anybody who is jacking it, cool. Jack it over there. Don't come jacking it over here because I'm gonna make you feel bad. And I'm gonna make you feel just as bad as I make them feel. Because, bitch, you just as bad as them. As a matter of fact, you are op in my business, in my book. You worse than them. Because at least with them, I could spot them. I wouldn't have spotted you if you didn't rear your head. You scary to me. You scary to me. Now let's move into the last segment. Pastor Jamal Bryant. Let me tell y'all something, bro. All y'all looking for God, if you looking for him in a book, you're not going to find him. If you're looking for him in a building, he ain't there. And if you're looking for him through another person, you definitely lost. The Most High does not reside in the Bible. The Most High does not reside in the Bible. The Most High does not reside in the church. The Most High does not reside in the church. The Most High don't reside in the building. Yet and still, my people continue to look for him inside of a building, a church, and a book. And this is the worst part. Generationally, we've been searching for him out the book, the building, and the church, and we still ain't found them yet. And then the pastors who get up there in front of us pacify us by telling us, you gotta come through me, or come through the book, or come through, and people go to windmilling on each other behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's insanitary. Well, Pastor Jamal Bryant, like I told you guys, Pastor Jamal Bryant is leading the church to hell. Everybody who follows him, even though you're being tricked, you will go to hell with Jamal Bryant. Remember, he's cut from a cloth that comes from pedophiles. Allegedly. He comes from a cloth, Eddie Long. We all know it. Everybody and their mama know that we've heard the rumors about Eddie Long abusing young boys. We've all heard it. We've all seen it. We watched the church people protect this man as these young boys come out and tell us that they were violated by this old, nasty, dirty old man. Jamal Bryant come from right up under that cloth. Right from under that cloth. That was his mentor-ish. He come from right from, matter of fact, if I can recall, there was a video, don't get me the line, but I believe there was a video of Eddie Long passing him the torch behind the pulpit. They literally, you see what I'm saying? They passed the baton to this nigga behind the pulpit. He was married to Gizzard when that happened, cheated on her all kinds of ways. After he cheated on her, started sleeping with damn near, allegedly, from what I heard, they say he was sleeping with damn near every woman in the church. They say Jamal Bryant had his pick of the litter with any bitch he wanted in that hole. They say the hose was on Jamal like 90 going west, and Jamal was on every hole. I don't know how true this is, but I'm telling you what the rumors said even before we knew his wife was down there with the Real Housewives. So fast forward, he comes in, and he had been making slow changes like a mug. Remind you, he's very political. Jamal Bryant is in bed with the Democrats. Hello? Jamal Bryant literally probably sleeps with the Democrats. He's heavily in bed with this political party. And he has taken that politics and brought it into the church. So much so, he has Black Americans donating food for Thanksgiving, for food drives. And guess where the food mostly went to? Not Black Americans for the most part. He had Black Americans offering money, raising money for the United Negro College Fund. Guess where the United Negro College Fund money been going to? For the most part, not Black Americans, immigrants. Jamal Bryant is an op. He is the devil, literally in plain clothes. He's the devil. But people are so hooked up on idolatry and on being popular and being in proximity to people, you know what I'm saying, that they don't care. And I'm telling you now, he has a huge church, not just him, a lot of them. They have these huge churches with a lot of people in there. There are going to be some innocent people that get popped in there, but guess what? It's going to be rightfully so, because you're not innocent. If you want to find God, he doesn't reside in any of these places. And if you feel like you got to send your prayers up through somebody else, then you really fucked up. Stop sending your prayers through another person. I don't care if it's a pastor, preacher, bishop. I don't give a damn who it is. These niggas' prayers ain't reaching the ceiling. So you think your prayers are safe in their hands? But these are the people you trust in. Fast forward, the dress gate happened. He dresses his wife in that dress. Other pastors are freaking out, calling him crazy, calling him wrong, saying that he defiled the pulpit. Some even called his wife, not called her, said he presented her as if she was a $2 whore. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they did. Now, fast forward, he's gotten a lot of backlash. I feel like some preachers are piling on just to go viral. But this white boy right here, let me tell y'all something. First of all, don't discount somebody simply because of their race. Because I'm telling you, if you close your ears because of your emotions, you're going to miss some life-saving advice. This white man went into this church in the front, and he had a message for Pastor Jamal Bryant. And let me tell you something. I felt the conviction in this white man's voice, because even if they feel, I don't subscribe to Christianity, but I do understand that if you do, and you do it the right way, there are certain rules, protocols, and things that have to take place. There's certain things that you cannot do according to the doctrine to disrespect or defile the Most High and his sanctuary and, you know, his thrones and things of that nature. However, church has gotten so far beyond that now it's more about how I feel. This is why so many women in the audience are clapping when Jamal Bryant saying y'all could kiss my ass and my wife could wear what she want to wear, or when the wife is on here saying I'm with my man. That's why all the women in the audience is clapping, because we care more about how we feel than what's right. This white man went into this church, and I'm gonna just let him talk. I felt the conviction in his voice, and I'm telling you, I think the most disturbing part was how the people was just walking by as if what he was saying was crazy. Let's get into it.
Jesus Christ is going to destroy this church. He's going to destroy this church. And if you're in it when he does, he'll destroy you with it. It's time to repent of your wicked ways. Race baiting, stirring hatred among the children of God, people that won't come to Christ and won't because you make his name a laughing stock of, you blaspheme the name of Jesus Christ with your harlotry, with your whorishness, your wickedness, your filthiness. Your prayers don't even reach the ceiling. You pray to demons. It's time to get right with God. The God of the Bible is going to destroy you unless you repent. Your materialism, your racism, and all of your high-mindedness is going to end when Jesus returns. Jesus Christ is coming back in flaming fire. He's taking vengeance upon those who know not God and obey not the gospel. Oh, you need to repent. Your pedophile co-founder is in hell right now, and you're going to find your way into hell with him unless you repent. Jamal Bryant, you're a wicked.
You heard him say your pedophile co-founder or your pedophile. He talking about Eddie Long.
Bundle of sticks. You deserve the lake of fire you're going to get when you die. Kids, read the Bible and don't do what that guy says. It's time to get right with the God of the Bible. Jesus Christ saved my life. Jesus Christ set me free. And he sent me here to remind you that holiness is fire. Holiness. This is the house of God. You repent of your sins. It's time to turn from your sin. I'm on my way out. Jesus Christ is coming back, and if he comes back, sure ain't no wicked
Daniel.
Get right with God. Probably reprobate, but this is your last warning. Turn from your wicked. Jesus Christ.
All right, we heard the clear man. Let me say this. Even if he wasn't clear, he could have been anybody else. The message stands. Bruh, listen. How do y'all not say? I saw the Drewski skit. Listen, okay, I'll go with this. Because a lot of people are looking at the fact that he's clear and they're like, oh, he needs to go to his church. Cool. Let's say he was black. Does the message still apply? I mean, again, I don't subscribe to organized religion. I don't subscribe to religion at all. I think religion needs to be done away with it. I don't subscribe to the theory of Jesus Christ in which y'all do. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole other thing. You know what I'm saying? However, what I'm asking is, take the clear man off the table. Does the message still have validity? And it does. And this is the worst part. In the Bible, if y'all so-called believe in it, but in the book, there was warning before every freaking destruction, bro. And in the book, every set of people said what y'all saying. Oh, in the book. And I don't even follow the book like y'all do. Y'all love the book more than me. I don't even follow the book like that. But in the book said, I'm just telling you what the book said. I ain't telling, and I don't even follow the book. But the book said, right before destruction, the Most High sent a warning. The book said it. And most of the people didn't heed the warning because of ignorance, emotionalism, non-belief, and all of that. If you think the Most High wouldn't use a white person to warn you, you a fool. If you think the Most High wouldn't use a white person to warn you of your destruction, you a fool. He will use a dog, dummy. He will use a cat. It's in your book. This in your book. I ain't making this up. It's in your book. Again, I'm going to leave it like this because I ain't going to tongue wrestle with nobody about it because everybody's so emotional in 2026. I'm going to tell you now, the destruction is on the way. And all them people inside of that church dealing with this shit, and it ain't just Jamal Bryant church. It could be some of church y'all going to. I ain't saying all pastors, but it's a lot of y'all fucked up out here playing with God. I'm telling you now, if I don't tell you nothing else, the warnings have been coming. You niggas think this is a game. I'ma just leave it there. I think that the clear man was within his rights. And let me tell you why. Because even though y'all looking at it like he need to go to his white church, this is a black church, there's a school of theology that they all go to. Contrary to your belief, every pastor, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, they all go to theology school. They all go through the same process. If it's hazing, they all go through it. If it's rituals, they all go through everything that Jamal has gone through. This man goes through. And if you start something and there are goals and value systems, and then somebody come behind you and fuck that up, he would have every right to come to that church and tell Jamal he fucked up, y'all. He would have every right to do that. We come up together, man. You know how this supposed to go. You going too far. Matter of fact, the pastors is supposed to check him, not us. The other pastors are supposed to check Jamal, not the people. We not supposed to check him. Just the way them other pastors came out, that's what they were supposed to do. That man well within his rights to show up to that church and tell everybody in there, because guess what? The book he got in his hand, which is the same book all of y'all live y'all lives by, say that if you feel a conviction, you supposed to come out here and say something. Why you think I be on the morning Joce telling y'all the shit I tell y'all every day? Grounding, meditating, praying. Because the conviction, a lot of y'all don't have conviction, so I might be using a word that a lot of people ain't familiar with. But when you have a calling on you, something called conviction takes place. It kind of reminded me of when Krishan Mama was running behind Blue saying, no, I'm going to tell him. Remember? She was like, I'm going to tell him because if something happens to him, the blood is going to be on my hands. It's a conviction that happens to a person when they have a heart. It tells them, even if I get shunned, even if I'm wrong, I have to say it. The man is well within his rights, white or black. Because see, y'all thinking race. I keep telling you, race is a poor man's game. That's something they give you to fight with other poor whites so y'all could clash. Race is a poor man's game. That man well within his rights to pull up to that church and call Jamal out. He well within his rights to tell everybody in that church, y'all fucking up bad, bruh. Y'all is in a game because we so emotional. He white. He needs to do it. Good. Keep ignoring the warnings. Keep on ignoring them. Your book said God will use a donkey to give you a message. That's what your book said. I didn't say it. Your book said it. So now you telling me that a white person can't give you the message? I'm going to leave that with y'all. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Pay attention. And remember, never pay it back. Okay? Never pay it back. Always pay it forward. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm going live today at the Dollhouse. We're doing Jennifer Williams, Candy, and Cardi. I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.